recording. That way we have the two streams different. I should probably also update the stream title as well. The stream was only 3 hours. I'm not ending the stream, silly. I'm ending the recording because I'm gonna basically on my VOD channel, Nastrin, I'm gonna put them up as two separate uploads. That way, I don't want to like combine them for people who don't like want to be spoiled or don't care for like trails, which is kind of dumb because it's Xanadu, Falcom, kind of the same thing. But you get what I'm saying. Switch it back over to me. Hi. Hey guys, how you going? Do you see? I'm sure you noticed. I have Judith on the side because we're talking about the thing. Okay, I thought you were gonna break up the stream. Oh no. I wasn't gonna do that. If I wasn't recording, I'd probably have to, but I'm not gonna do that. Trails and beyond. Spoilers, so be careful. I can get rid of blind playthrough for this. I can also get rid of no spoilers, please. I'll put Van Arkwright as a tag. So chat, how did we all feel about that Xanadu stuff, by the way? Was that good? Did we all like that? Oh, I didn't even... Hold on, I forgot to change the game. Trails Beyond. Only 10 viewers right now, and that, well, it's about to go. It's about to go. Oh, wow. There are a lot of people left. Holy crap. People must really like Xanadu. Horizon also excludes the Xanadu is great. Can't wait for Kyoto. I know someone who isn't waiting for Kyoto, and his name is DP. By the way, do you like the little image we have over here now? I changed it. Trails Beyond the Horizon. Discussion. There's me, and there's DP. And there's Yes and Van. Yes, I hear about that. Hopefully the levels will be fine. I might put the music down a little bit. Just so I can hear DP. Since I want to actually hear the person who I'm talking with. But yeah, that boss was very intense. I'll be completely honest with you guys. That was a very intense boss. I did not... Can I be honest with you, chat? I didn't expect to actually beat it on the first try. I was kind of playing it up a bit because I thought that we would be able to, you know, like... It'd be like a meme. I'd be like, oh, you guys told me so. And everyone would be like, haha, Chris, you're so silly. But then I actually, like, locked in and I did it. It was really fun. That was a good boss. I'm really excited. That was such a good chapter too, because it was like a really good growth moment for it felt like everybody, like Ko and Ko, Sora, Shio, Yuki, Asuka especially. But hey, in the end, you got something out of it. I guess so. It was all worth it. On hard mode. With some good stuff. No bad feelings, though? No bad feelings at all. No, I did get a little upset because everyone was like, no items, you cheated. I should have known you guys were joking. I was just, like, very, like, hyped up from, like, the fight. Like, you guys saw how, like, locked in I was. I was like, I'm gonna do this. I want to do this. That was really weird. That was really fun. I mean, because of the cards? Oh, no. There's no bad feelings. Don't worry about it. Listen, the fact that we all saw that together was very fun, and I'm happy that so many people were here for that. It was honestly really great. It's gonna be great. It's some good times. Should we open a pack of cards? No, I don't want to open a pack of cards. No, never mind. No packs of cards. I'll ask DP if he wants to open a pack of cards. Well, when DP gets back, we'll ask him. Now you have to? If DP wants to, I'll have DP choose when he gets back. By the way, guys, if you aren't following him, please follow him. He doesn't stream often, but he actually just got to affiliate. And he's just a genuinely fun person to watch, and he's very good at video games. So please do yourself a favor and follow Dark Phoenix if you haven't followed him. That would really make me feel appreciative. I know most people probably here have followed him, but if you are watching, either you're watching now or you're watching the VOD, please do yourself a favor and follow DP. He's a great guy. He's a great friend, and I really appreciate his the kindness he does to gift subs, gift bits, just be here in general. Open one now and one when he's back? No, I'll open one when he's here. Maybe it'll have the Kia card I want. The Kia card that you have, Maho. I want that Kia card. I want it. I want it. Oh, actually, if I don't pull that Kia card, Nash, you should give me that Kia card, the English one, because I want that one. That's a good card right there.
Chris, I'm here.
Howdy. How's it going?
Yep. All good.
Shall I send you that card instead of the Kevin card? You can if you want to. By the way, DP, would you like me to open up a pack of Trails cards?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
All right. All right. Since I know you're going to be delayed, I will share the stream for this one. So you're welcome to watch on...
Yeah, you're not playing a game, so that's all good. You could probably maybe...
I'll just share my OBS. I think that should be fine.
Yeah, the Discord feed on your stream or whatever. Yeah, whatever works for you. I
think that's fine, right? I don't think I have anything sussy. No, I don't. No strap-ons or anything. All right, so we're gonna be opening one box of the Trails cards right here. Woo! DP, since you are the special guest today, you get to choose. Will you ever pull a card I want? If you ever pull a card I want, I'll trade. What cards do you want? I don't even know what you want, Maho. Alright, so we have 4 packs on the right and left side, DP. You can see this. You can see, right?
Yep.
Which side?
Yeah, I can.
Right or left?
Right.
So right side, do you want pack 1, 2, 3, or 4?
3.
This one is the pack that is being opened up today for the special collab stream. Let me put Wiglet back. 38, the mysterious girl. I think that's the Kia card. Unless I pull it right now, which imagine if I did. That'd be really funny. Alright. Let us begin. Alright. So we have Rufina, right? That's Rufina. Alright. Rufina. Esteru. Right.
Esteru.
Lawrence. Mr. Lawrence. We got another Ren. Very cool. I have 3 copies of this card. Maybe more, actually.
Oh.
Agate. It's a gate. Alright. We got... Ooh, I think this is the... I don't think I have this Rosine. Oh, it's a rare Rosine.
Yeah. Yeah, Rosine. Yeah.
I think there is 2 cards left. Lloyd Bunnings! I have this one, but it's so cool to always pull a Lloyd card. Alright, chat, and here's our special card in 3, 2, 1. Whoa! Yo! Look at that! Look at Kevin!
Oh, that's cool. That's Kev.
Oh,
nice.
Oh,
nice.
Crap! Yo, this card is so cool! Yo! Dominion Kevin!
That's cool.
Oh, good pack, DP. Thank you. Thank you for choosing this pack. Oh,
wow, that's cool.
It's a good card right there.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna. No, I'll stop screen sharing. Just that way it saves bandwidth or whatever. Sleeve it now, please. I don't know where my sleeves are. I'm sorry. Let me... Yeah, okay. Alright, I guess I'll take the Wiglets off for Wiglet one, just so we can focus that way. Alright. Let me turn my controller off, too, before I just waste my battery. So, hello. I'm dying here, hope you know that. Do you want me to find my sleeves? I don't even know. DP, do you mind if I go find my sleeves?
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
Entertain chat.
Entertain chat. Go on.
I had this. One more spot. Oh, my Freeman deck.
Looks like this will just be a stream of Chris looting his own bedroom. Content's content, yep.
Okay. Hope you didn't lose that pricey card. What are you talking about? I'm back. I have good news and bad news for Nastrin. Oh, no, I still have that. That card is sleeved somewhere. I don't know where. But it's sleeved, excuse me. So I have good news and bad news. The bad news is I don't know where my sleeves are. The good news is, though, I found one. So, you could choose one card to be sleeved, Nastrin. How about that?
Ooh.
Those red cards back there, too. I only have one sleeve. It's a Kobayashi Dragon Maid sleeve with the cute little Kana on the back because she's adorable.
Huh.
You have one choice. I got these sleeves at Anime Boston, too. Nastrin, this is probably the hardest choice you've ever had to make in your life. I hope you know that. You can tell the gears are turning behind his head right now. He's thinking really hard about it. What card does he choose? Holy... I'll send you a pack of sleeves with your Risha cards. That's nice, Nastrin, but that doesn't answer the question. Which card do you want sleeved right now? You can only choose one card. Which card is it? Are we choosing the Kevin card I just pulled? Another card? I want you to sleeve the cards on... You want a card sleeving stream? Are you... You know what? He just lose those too? Probably. I'm just gonna sleeve this Risha card. There we go. The Risha card is sleeved. There we go. Sleeved Risha card with the Kobayashi Dragon Maid. Okay. Shall we begin the talks, my friend?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Hello, everybody. My name is KisekiChris. You guys probably know me as Chris. And today, we're here to talk about trails. But what trails, you ask? Well, probably kind of all of it, but mostly trails beyond the horizon. Horizon. And today I have a special guest with me. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hi guys, Dr. Phoenix here. How's it going, everybody? I'm a regular streamer and a big Trails fan.
Guys, you won't believe it, but this guy, Dark Phoenix, this incredible guy, beat Cold Seal 1, 2, 3, 4, and Reverie all in under 20 hours on the hardest difficulty. Is that true?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I think it was about, what, 17 hours, was it?
17 hours. That is literally crazy. He did it. He speedrun all 5 of the games back to back on stream. Did you post that VOD somewhere, by the way?
I saved it, but I've not edited it because I need to edit out the beginning and the end part, so I need to upload it. Yeah, but I have the raw VOD though.
Hey, I'm on my way home. Give me like 30 minutes, Crimson. Yo, no worries. No worries, Crimson. We'll be chatting. Don't worry.
Yes, I'll be here, yeah.
We'll be here. I may just resign from fighting that windmill. Yeah, we're gonna talk about basically our thoughts on Trails and a lot of theories about what Horizons has to offer, plus the future of Trails. I'm sure I have this note thing right here. A little bit of spoilers right here. Kind of hard to read my handwriting. I guess we should probably. Why don't we just start with? Why don't we just start about how we got into Trails? Why not just keep it simple?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, you go first if you want, Chris.
Yeah, sure. I'll go first. It's not super interesting, but essentially, around March or April of 2024, I had to stay home because my mother essentially tripped and broke her ankle and broke it in 3 different spots. So she had to get a surgery for that. I had to take a leave of absence from my job to basically take care of her. So I essentially had a lot of free time. Obviously, there was times when I had to like jump to like help her out as much as I can, like help her move or like bring stuff to her and all that jazz. But I had a lot of free time, so I'm like, what can I do? And there was this YouTuber who I watch, a part of this podcast called Trash Taste, and his name is Giguk. He mentioned that he essentially was playing this game series called Trails on the side on his like free time. And of course, he's like a YouTube content creator. He streams sometimes. He doesn't really have that much time, so he's progressing through the games really slowly. But he mentioned what really hooked me on it was that he said it was like the One Piece of video games. Now, that's a really weird hook because essentially what he meant by that is he meant like all the games are kind of connected, and I genuinely love One Piece. I think One Piece is one of the best anime manga series ever written. It's not my personal favorite, but it's like definitely top 5, top 10. So this is what made me like check out the series in general. So I literally started with, I did my research, I bought all the games, and it's just like, you can start here or here, but you should probably start with this game because this game's the one you want to start with. And essentially,
it looks like my intelligence network caught KisekiChris pogging again.
Yo, Kiseki Solutions, what's up? Welcome in. Oh my god. How's it going? How are you today? You came just in time for our Trails Beyond the Horizon discussion with me and Dark Phoenix. Woo! Oh my goodness. How's it going, man? How was your stream today? Well, let me actually give you a shout out too. Guys, do yourselves a favor. If you haven't followed this awesome person, please follow him. He loves Trails and he also loves Yeast. He's playing through... Oh, I did that wrong. He's playing through the channel... What did I do? Hold on. My computer's being dumb. Oh, I see what I did wrong. He is doing Yeast 8 right now. I haven't been to his streams, so I don't want to be spoiled on Yeast 8. But he's playing through Yeast 8. I give him a lurk sometimes. He's a great person. Please do yourself a favor and follow him if you can. So basically, you came at a good time, Solutions, because we're just talking about like how we got into Trails, and I was basically saying how I got into it. So essentially, because I had all this free time, I started with Sky FC, and usually, and I didn't know what the Trails experience was, so I was very kind of like wowed by like how genuine FC felt like a traditional JRPG, because it really just felt like a lot different, like more original than like a lot of other JRPGs that I played. And I played like Persona, I played Dragon Quest, I played Star Ocean. You probably name a JRPG, I probably 80 to 90% have played it.
Yeah.
And I was just generally impressed by FC, and it was really fun. And then the ending came, and the thing with Weissman and Joshua running away and kissing Estelle, and then the game just ends on that, and I'm just like, what the I can't believe that! Like, seriously? And then the game just ends, and it's just like, I played a whole game, and it feels like nothing happened, in the sense of, like, not that nothing happened, but I did so much, but yet it felt like it was just an opening to a huge act. And that was the moment I fell in love with Trails. That was it. Of course, there was many more defining things that made me love Trails along the way, but that was the moment I really got hooked on the series. I'm not even joking. From there, I played them all in order. I played FC, SC 3rd, Zero, Azure, Cold Steel 1, 2, 3, 4, Reverie, Daybreak 1. Daybreak 2 was not out in the West yet, so I only caught up from FC to Daybreak. It actually took me 3 months to play all those games.
Yeah.
Yes, I did end up going back to work in the middle of that. I think that was around Cold Steel like 3. But I still like whenever it was like whenever I was not working, I was gaming. I was playing Trails no matter what. Of course, I didn't stream this. This was before I was streaming, so I literally just like binged the whole games, and I loved them all. It was all good stuff. And that's essentially how I got into Trails. It's kind of not that big of a story, but I love the series. Played it 2 years ago. It's great stuff. Why don't you tell us about it?
Yeah, of course. I think mine starts all the way back a decade ago, 2016, when I first played Persona 5. Yeah, I think because my friend, who I know, Ken, I don't really hear much from him anymore, but a great guy. I met him at a stream that I used to watch years ago, and he recommended me the Trails games because I played those games like Persona, Tales, Berseria, and stuff like that, and he recommended me Tokyo Xanadu. That's how I got into Trails to begin with, you know. Before that, I'd already played Persona 5 and I was telling him about it, discussing it with him and everything, and yeah, and we always got talking about it, and then he just recommended me one day the series, you know, even before he recommended me Xanadu, but I played Xanadu first though, because he wanted me to play that first to get into the Falcom games. I played that, loved it, really enjoyed it, and then 6 months later when I beat Xanadu, I started my Trails journey back in 2017, I think it was, 2018, something like that. Yeah, I think I played Xanadu in 2017-18, 6 months after that. Yeah, about 2018, I would say. Yeah.
8 to 9 years.
And then, yeah, exactly. Yeah, because it all started, like I said, with my P5 run I did back in 2016, and yeah, and then obviously one thing led to another. Yeah, it all started with Persona 5, really, because that was the very first Persona game I played back then, as well. And then I played Persona 3, Persona 4, you know, yeah. Persona's kind of like the origin of my actual Trails and Falcom fandom, to be fair. Yeah.
I also played Persona before Trails as well. I told you earlier, but I played Persona back in middle school. This was like me when I was like 13 or 14 years old.
Wow. Yeah, it's crazy how one series leads you to another, because when I first played Persona 5, because I was looking for a new JRPG to play, because even before I played Persona, Trails, I was only kind of like a Final Fantasy guy, you know. I only really played Final Fantasy games and Tales. You know, I even played Tales games before Falcom games. You know, I played, like, say, Symphonia, I played, Tales of, not Arise, that would have been afterwards, Berseria, that would have been around the time.
That one actually came out on my birthday, surprisingly.
Symphonia, yeah, and I played all those games even before I got into Trails and Falcom games. Yeah.
Yeah.
No. That's how it's... Yeah, and then I started with Cold Steel 1. I went back in 17.
You started with Cold Steel 1? That's okay.
Yeah.
I actually have something to admit myself, actually, about that I just remembered. Yeah. I actually ended up buying Cold Steel 1 on my PS4 one day, and I played like 2-3 hours of it, and I'm like, I don't get it. And I just turned it off and never played it again. I think it's because there was no like voice acting, and it just didn't feel like... It's not that the voice acting matters for me, for like a video game or anything. It doesn't. But I just wasn't vibing with it at the time. Is this safe? Yeah. This is safe. You're safe. You're safe right now, Ness. We're just talking about how we got into Trails. Also, hi, Ness. Yeah. Hello.
Yeah.
But let's read the bit of a chat right now. Oh yeah, my friend Maho. He's like, I used to think you were insane for going this deep with this franchise. You would talk about it all the time, and I really would too. I would literally yap to his ear all about Trails all the time. It's funny looking back on that. My mindset was so opposite from what it is now. I actually did get Maho to play Trails, and he absolutely loves it. Got him crazy with it. Oh, Reaper! Hello! Woo! Oh my goodness. Reaper, how's it going? Happy Wiglet Wednesday! How's the Reapster doing today? Let's see. Can't keep up with it. I did go from Sky FC to Azure a little slowly, but Azure hits different. Azure really does hit different. That's my second favorite Trails game now that Horizons is my favorite. But and so last year I played CS till Horizon fan translation in roughly 8 months. Ooh, yeah. It's kind of crazy how I say I go from like FC to Daybreak in like 3 months. Kind of insanity. But that's because I know life did. Because I was home taking care of my mom. But the moments I wasn't, I was playing Trails. I finally fell asleep a few hours earlier than usual, solely fixing my sleep schedule finally. Woohoo! I'm all over the place tonight, so I'll be listening as a podcast. That's good, but don't listen too hard, because we'll definitely get to the spoilers part, Ness, okay? Also, Reaper, I'm happy that you finally managed to fix your sleep schedule. Congratulations. Make sure to keep the volume up. No. You will be spoiled. We are going to get into spoilers. I'll get up when you start talking spoiler. I'll get out when you start talking spoiler. Sounds good. And did I miss any other messages? Let me see. I found Falcon with Yi 6 on the PSP in 2007 or so. Wow, Nastrin. That's amazing. That's like before either of us. I can't imagine like the people who've been like into like Trails or like Falcon games for like such a long time. You know what I think? What is I don't know if I've ever heard of Falcon before Trails or anything. Like I know my friend Maho ironically not made me play, but I wanted to play the Neptunia series. There's actually a character that's literally called Falcon, and there's like 2 versions of him. There's like a young and an older version of the same character, and they're like a warrior type. They're kind of like based off of Adel, in a sense. It's really fun. But I think that's like my first like thought about Falcon. I know Maho will know who I'm talking about. But other than that, I've never heard of like Falcon before. I like actually dove into it. Spoiled? Uh-oh. Not the spoiled milk. Not the spoiled milk, Reaper. No! But yeah, after that, I've just been in love with Trails, that I wanted to try to, become a Trails streamer and try to make interesting content. I mean, I feel like I'm only getting started on it now, but eventually I want to do some crazy things, like maybe some randomizers, or maybe like I get people together to do like a race or like trivia, or like a trivia night, like stuff like that. But like I'm still like just trying to go through the nightmare runs right now, which is already kind of stressful with SC. Oh, the game just gives me a headache.
You'll be fine.
You think so? You really think so?
Yeah.
I really hope so. I really hope it gets easier. I really hope it does. I don't know if I'm going to be able to hang in there. I may have played Faxanadu on the NES back then, but I'm not so sure about it. But I bought it 20 years later anyway. The former owner even included a nicely drawn map of the whole world layout. Wow. That's really nice of that person to do that. All right, so what's your favorite Trails game, DP? What would you say is your favorite? Trails in the...
I wasn't even finished with the last question.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were done. Keep going. I apologize.
No, because you told me about my Trails journey. I wasn't even finished.
Keep going. I apologize for interrupting you.
No, it's okay. Yeah, so it started with Cold Steel 1 because my friend recommended it to me, the game, and he said there is a series before it, but he said I might get into the series better if I start with Cold Steel 1. Because obviously, just a bit of graphics, But I told him I'm an old school guy, so I'd have been okay to start with SC, but he said just start with Cold Steel because there's no ties to the previous games. There's no reference, hardly, to, the Crossbell games,
That's not
the Sky
true.
series.
That's not true, but okay.
What?
That's not true, but okay.
Well, it's very little, Chris. Very little.
Olivier.
Well, yeah, but he's not. He's in it for like one chapter,
But if you know who
one.
he is, like if you go to Cold Steel and then you go back to FC to SC, it kind of ruins that one scene in SC, where like he reveals to be like a prince.
I don't know. It didn't really ruin it for me, but whatever.
To each their own.
Mate. Yeah, but as I said, once I stopped at Cold Steel 2, when I did that, I just went back and just played them all, and then just carried on the series as normal. Yeah.
So you went Cold Steel 1, Cold Steel 2, and then you went back to FC?
Yeah. Then
I guess a lot of people start with Cold Steel, because I think Maho, you started with Cold Steel 1 as well, because I had to convince Maho to go play Zero in Azure before getting to Cold Steel 3, because I'm like, there's going to be some references you will not get in Cold Steel 3.
Yeah.
Please go back and play Zero in Azure.
Because like I was saying, Chris, like Cold Steel 1 doesn't have major story ties. Like, it's not like Cold Steel 3, like where you see Crossbell, where you see all the, but that's why I started with it. But,
I do agree that Cold Steel 1 is probably the second best place to enter the Trail series. I would agree with that.
Yeah, that's why. Because I stopped right before the divertisement in Cold Steel 2, because I'd be like, if I did the divertisement before I played the Crossbow game, I was like, who the hell are these two guys? Who the hell is Lloyd? Who the hell's Risha?
Who the heck is Randy?
Yeah, so I did the main game of CS2, went back, did everything, and then I just carried on as normal. Did the divertisement of 2, 3, and then obviously carried on from there. Yeah. That's it. So, yeah. So you asked me what my favourite Trails game is.
What would you say? It's Horizon.
Right.
Well, it's Horizon for me too now, after everything that happens in the game. What was your favorite before Horizons?
That probably would have been a toss-up between Daybreak 1 or Cold Steel 4.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah. Mine's Azure. I really like Azure. I really like Lloyd. I like the SSS. I love Crossbell. I just love, I love how, Lloyd, the whole chapter, the last chapter of Azure was really awesome. It really, meant a lot to see, Lloyd literally standing up on his own and, just going through it. It's literally, you could say it's because of maybe Kevin and Wazzy were there, but it's mostly because Lloyd took the opportunity to stand up and fight for his city, because if he didn't do that, it felt like maybe those things wouldn't have happened. And that's really awesome that he alone, obviously he had his friends as he went along, but him alone starting it really made it mean a lot to me. Plus at the end, him being there for Kia, just it really resonated with me a lot. That was just really sweet.
I think that's what people like a lot more about the Crossbell, because I think Lloyd he's a bit like Van, that he's a bit more mature, isn't he? In what he does.
Yes.
He's a member of the book. It's like he's a Spriggan, like you say, and then Lloyd's a member of this. It's like a cop, and he like his brother was Guy. Yeah. So kind of those mature, MCs better. Yeah, I kind of relate to them more. Yeah.
I guess so. I just like Lloyd for the reasons that I said, and he's just he just really cares about his city, and he's just generally a good character. So maybe it is because of the mature thing. And I also like Van too. I guess I kind of like Estelle the least. Not that Estelle's bad, but she's my least favorite protagonist. I don't like the main four. Yeah. By the main four being Estelle, Reen, Lloyd, and Van. Not counting C, Kevin, or any other character. I'm not remembering.
Kind of sub MCs, but they're still MCs, but they're not fully. Yeah. Because I know Kevin got his own game in 3. Technically, Reverie was C, Rufus. Yeah, technically. But not a fully fledged MC like how Estelle is, Lloyd, Reen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it really makes you think. I guess it's just based off of the maturity. I never really thought of it that way. I just like Lloyd because he's the GOAT. He's just him. He's just the GOAT. That's. Sorry, we have a figure of him, right?
Exactly. I think what spurs Lloyd on as well is determination because of his brother as well, because he was trying to investigate how he died, remember, in Zero. Yeah.
Yes. Oh, that reminded me of that one thing in Azure that I almost didn't do because I'm stupid. Ugh. So there's that achievement that you can get for in Azure where you figure it out who is the criminal behind the murder, and I literally did every single step but check the door. I did not check the door.
You didn't check the door,
I didn't check the freaking door. I was really pissed about it.
Yeah, look at the she's
my Judith?
She's standing on something.
She's standing on the Risha card. This is the Risha card.
Yeah. That's so ironic, that. I am the better Yang. I'm better than you, Yin.
Well, I do have a mug of both of them. It looks like a stand. It kind of does now that you mention it. I started the traditional way because there was no translations for Cold Steel, but while I was playing a Sky 3rd, CS1 was announced and eventually released. I also had a quite unusual play order, but I think it was really awesome looking at the great picture. Yes, yeah, I guess I'm just very lucky. Like, back for you, I'm sure it was a lot harder to probably play the games in order because a lot of the games like came out to the West, or I'm not sure. I know you're in the UK, but for like the West's sake, I'm sorry.
It's much easier to do because when I started it, it wasn't as accessible, all the games. That's probably another reason why I started with Coastal 1 as well.
Yes, because some of the games, we can play any of them now, like any order you want. So I was very lucky with that, but people like you and Nastrin, who probably played it back in the day, a lot harder to do that unless you spoke Japanese or you got the fan translations that people made, if there was even fan translations available at the time.
I could tell you a bit of a story about that. I used to know, Feb. He was part of the team that used to translate some of the old translations.
Was he for FC to Azure?
Not that. No, he was part of a team called the Zero Field team. He did those spreadsheets of Coastal 3, Japanese translation, Coastal 4, and Reverie. But unfortunately, they got shut down because of Falcom's copyright strike against them. Unfortunately, was it Falcom or was it NIS that did it to them? Because one of the companies, they had to shut them down because obviously it was, because they were hacking. Because remember, you have to hack into the game, don't you, to actually translate the game, whatever. Yeah, they got done for that. Unfortunately, they had to shut it down. Unfortunately,
NIS bought their translation. Yeah, that makes sense.
Pretty much, yeah.
Now, was it NIS or was it Falcom that? Because I remember for the original FC, SC, Third, Zero, and Azure, there was a team that translated those games. And was it Falcom or was it NIS?
No, that was Zero Field team, I'm sure of it.
Oh, was it?
Feb's team.
Didn't they get officially their translations was the official versions of the game in the West?
Oh no, you're talking about the Geofront guys.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, Geofront.
Yeah, those got because their translations were that good. They just thought, let's just port it. That's the reason why the ports happened, because of those guys. The crossbell ports.
Thank goodness for that.
They weren't even planning to do them. Exactly, because I played those patches on PC even before they came to the West, and they were great translation. I thought, I hope they released these, and they did eventually. Oh, that's crazy. Yeah.
That is kind of insane when you think about it. Thank goodness for that. Thank goodness for dedicated fans, because if that wasn't the case, we would never have played the older games.
You still have the Geo? Yeah, I think I got the Geofront files on my old PC somewhere. Yeah.
I played Sky 1 through 3, 0, CS1, Azure, CS2, and everything coming later. You went from 0 to CS1? That's very weird, but okay. But I still have the Geofront files on AC lying around. Okay, I won't tell anyone. Don't worry. Your secret's safe with me.
Yeah, that's an interesting story about that. Yeah, because when I did the spreadsheet, because what it started out to be was spreadsheets. So you would load the spreadsheet software up, and then you'd overlay it on the game and you stream it. Because I did it from Coastal 4 and Reverie. But after that, when they got shut down, I had to wait for those guys who did the modern English patches now. Those guys do a better job because they embed it into the game now.
Really?
The actual translation. Yeah, so everything's all converted. Yeah, so it was better than the spreadsheet. Yeah, but obviously I don't think that'll be a thing anymore, because I'm guessing Horizon 2, it will be probably what release. No, probably.
Most likely, yeah.
Yeah, so I don't think those translations will be needed anymore, I don't think. It's all coming out worldwide.
Yeah, definitely. It makes you think, will Horizons 2, or whatever it's going to be called, be released worldwide? I actually saw a few people who think that it won't be, which is kind of weird, because it's just first chapter, second chapter is probably going to be Kyoto Xanadu. Those were all worldwide releases, so it makes sense for the next one to be.
Yeah.
So I hope it is. I hope it comes out 2027. I think early 2027. Getting it. That's what I think. 2027.
Oh. Yeah.
In fact, it'll come out on my birthday. It'll be a birthday stream. It'll be January 24th. To be honest, going from switching between the Airborne and Crossbow games was so cool, since they are playing out at the same time mostly. That is a really cool thing that they did, by the way, with interconnecting those two games at the same time is very awesome.
Yeah, like in CS2, you see the Azure tree, because they kind of coincide in the timeline. Yeah.
There was also I was actually watching Judy last night, and he's going through the CS2 finale, and there was a scene about this like one guy who got blasted by Gorilla when Gorilla Fortress went down by the Ion, I think it was, and he came back, and they're like, "Oh, I'm back, but I don't know how I'm back." So like, it's just really cool when you see stuff like that.
True, it's like they also reference, when Gorilla Fortress gets destroyed as well. They reference that as well, don't they? Remember?
Yes, they do. They do reference that. Yeah. But yeah. All right. So since we said our favorite Trails game, why don't we be a little spicy and say our least favorite Trails game? Ooh.
Do you want me to go first on that one?
Yes, please.
Oh, least favorite one.
Daybreak 2 says Maho. That sounds like a casual answer.
I probably would agree with him. Yeah, Daybreak 2.
No, not Daybreak 2.
And it's not because it's a bad game. I just think the story was lacking in the game. It was rushed. It was convoluted. It was fun to play, Combat system, characters as normal, fantastic, great. But I just didn't like some of the story elements. I mean, that game could have been condensed, into a short game and probably even embedded into Horizon, and it would have been a better game for me, because Act 3 shouldn't really have happened for me, because there's just a lot of unnecessary scenes. It was just repetitive. I don't know, man. I mean, the coolest part of Act 3 was the part when Arcade Solutions gets blown up by those bombs. That was the best one, I thought.
My favorite part was when all the characters died.
Exactly. That was good. That was interesting because it wasn't just the same cookie cut paste like, oh, I'm gonna hunt Van down and kill him. They took out all of them. Just put that in there and then just cut the rest out. That coup out with Cody, useless. It was pointless. Why?
I love Shardzin. All my homies love Shardzin.
It was just just many parts of the game that was just bad. It was.
I guess I have to agree that Daybreak 2 is probably my least favorite too.
But Chris, I give it a break because I think Kondo was rushed. He had to meet a deadline or something because you could tell COVID. Because I think he developed that around COVID. I think and it got rushed, and then he couldn't pace it like he did with Horizon. Because you noticed Daybreak 2 was a shorter game as well. If you noticed.
Yeah, it is a little bit shorter than Daybreak 1, right?
Yeah. I don't think he had time to kind of like iron it out better.
It also, can I be honest? I know a lot of people don't like Act 3, but I kind of felt like the intermission was a little too long. Like, it was great, but it kind of felt a little too long for me, for my liking.
Yeah, that was the highlight of the game, Chris. I thought. I mean,
no,
that was interesting.
No, that's not. Let me explain. It was great, but it felt like the part was a little too long, in my opinion. But it was great.
Yeah. It was. Yeah, I think. But the most interesting part of it was there was actually some interesting story in that part and some interesting lore. Nothing really happened in Daybreak 2 other than, oh, I'm going to kill Van, go back in time, fix it again, blah, blah, blah. It didn't advance the story too much for me. But look at that in the intermission. There was a resolution for Ren's story. That was interesting.
That was good. That was good. Yes, you are right. But like, did we really have to have that part where we had to like run around and like fight everybody? That part felt too long. That's the part I didn't like.
Yeah, like I said, there's just too much convolutedness in Daybreak 2.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Like, I don't want to agree and say Daybreak 2 is like the least favorite, just because I want to agree with the crowd. But like, I'm literally thinking of like each single like Trails game in my head, and I'm literally thinking about how all of them are literally really good. Maybe some of them have their minor problems, but I guess Daybreak 2 would probably be the least good of the games, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So that's what I would probably think.
Yeah, kind of in a consensus, don't we? Like, yeah. I mean, probably. I mean, it's funny because in my tier list, I wouldn't have put Daybreak 2 in the lowest tier, though. It's strange.
Well, it's still not a bad game. No Trails games are bad games, in my opinion. None of them are bad, but some of them could be obviously better than others.
Because I actually have CS2 in a lower tier than Daybreak 2. Would you believe it? Yeah.
Well, I think we can't be friends anymore.
Of course. Cold Steel 2 is great. Like I said, I think it's the weakest Cold Steel game, I think.
I can understand that, considering that I've been watching people play it, and it's my favorite for personal reasons. Like, it's my favorite Cold Steel game, but I can understand why people don't like it. I just like Cold Steel 2 because I like the feeling of like getting you're by yourself. You, Celine, and Valimar, you're by yourself. You gotta get the class together. You gotta get Thor's military back together. You gotta take back your freaking country from these dang nobles. You gotta fight them. Get Crow back. Oh my god, and he's dead. I just like the sense of like getting together, like in the opening, the scene where Reen goes like this, and then like everybody else goes like this. I freaking love that. That makes me feel like, yeah, I'm a part of Thor's military academy. Let's beat their butts. Let's do it.
I can tell you though, although I did think it was my weakest game, but it had some of the best segments, I think, in Cold Steel, because one of the best parts of that one was when you fight Crow and the Pentacle. That was an awesome part.
That part was really cool. And then like also fighting like Blue Blong and Dooley as well. That was all good.
Yeah, Blue Destination plays in the background. That's so cool.
Wiglet is speechless witnessing the mental breakdown. He's okay. Leave him alone. It's a special day. But I just like, and then there's like the part with like Lloyd and Risha as well. Like 3D Lloyd? Are you serious? Oh my god, it's the first time we're playing it in 3D.
3D Lloyd, yeah.
And you fight Reen and Altina? I'm like, what? I am playing as one pro tag, and I am fighting another pro tag? That is literally the coolest ever. I love that. Yeah. Like, come on. Yeah. And then the freaking epilogue where you fight with all the characters, and you could even, like, use your points. I forget how you do it because it's been a while. But you can get, like, Crow or Vita as a playable character, too, in that as well. Like, come on. That's so cool. Yeah. Like, that's so awesome.
Oh, yeah, you put those special accessories on, don't you? You can convert one of your players into, like, Crow or Vita, yeah.
Yes! Yes! It's so cool. I did that, too, for my playthrough. I didn't know that. Yes, you can do that. It's so cool. And like Vita is so powerful. I think it's the only she?
Yeah.
Oh, she is playable in other games, but this is the first game she's playable in. It's so good.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Did you know that they're on the main menu screen where the whole Class 7 stands? You can see Crow walking away and vanishing. No, I actually didn't see a lot of the title screens since I literally played the game for like probably 12 to 13 hours every day. I was binging them all. Yeah, if I didn't have like the constraints of like, you know, my mother having like, she sleeps next door to me and I don't want to be loud to her. If I didn't have that, I would be streaming for probably, like when I played Horizons, I probably streamed for like 12 hours every day.
Oh yeah, if I had the extra time, yeah, I'd get through those games all the time.
It was really funny because I was watching DJ. You know, she was playing Horizon the other day. I looked at her like stream time and it said day 19, and I'm like, I beat the game in 19 days, and this is where she is on day 19. Wow.
Exactly. I mean, I did the 20 streams.
I probably would have done 20 streams too if someone was like, "You're almost done with the game. Yep. You could just push on through and do it." And I also started like really early that day too, so I'm very thankful for.
It's crazy because I think that day you started like at the tail end of the last route, didn't you? Before the finale.
Yes, I was in the final dungeon of Van Route 6. So I went through that whole dungeon. Beat the boss there, and then we just did the finale from there. We did the Grim Garden. I didn't S-rank the 9th domain, sadly, but we did do it. We got that secret cutscene, which I won't say anything yet because we're not talking about spoilers for Horizons yet. And then we beat the game, and we beat the game. But what did it cost? But I would say that Trails is great. Let me look at my list here. What do we got?
Yeah, so let's carry on.
All right, my favorite Trails game. Can we talk about, before we like talk spoilers, can we just talk about one other thing about the Horizons? Glitches and bugs.
Oh yeah, I got plenty of those.
There is kind of crazy how many glitches and bugs are in the game. Yo, Crimson, welcome back! How's it going? We're actually just talking about glitches and bugs of Horizons. We're not getting into the spoiler stuff just yet. I'll make sure to mention it for all the people when we do get into it, because we will be getting into it soon. Basically, like, the glitches and bugs in Horizons was kind of crazy. DP, I think yours is kind of the craziest one that I've heard so far. Why don't you go ahead and tell it again for everyone?
Well, yeah. So basically, I was in Route 2 of Reen's route, and I was in Basel in the hotel. Obviously, everything plays out normally. I exit the hotel. Altina messages me saying the new part of the Grimgarten's open, all that kind of stuff. And then when the game loads back, Reen and his crew are in Edith. They're in Van's office all of a sudden. And I'm thinking to myself, I never remember this in my Japanese. It's like Reen never goes to Edith in Horizon. So it's like, what? Yeah, you should bring that clip up. It's on my channel.
I'm actually going up right now to your channel to find it.
It should be there. It's my featured clips.
Yep.
Like reading Edith.
I got the clip right here for all those who want to watch it. Right there.
It was crazy. I can't believe it, man. I don't know what the hell happened.
That is obviously Horizon spoilers if you don't want to see the clip, but be warned. Yeah, that was really funny.
Broke the game.
I remember you're like, yo, you like messaging me. You're like, yo, Chris, come check out my stream. Something funny is happening. And I went to go see, and I'm just like, what is happening on the game?
I know, because I was playing the game. I thought, hang on a minute. I'm like, why am I here? Because when I go into the menu, it's like I'm in Basel still. Like the map of Basel comes up, and I'm like, what? Yeah, so I had to like fast travel out so I could get back into Basel. Yeah.
I don't know about it's so weird. There's just a lot of graphical glitches too with the game.
Oh yeah.
There was also I don't remember the exact line, and obviously I played the game for 19 days, so it's kind of hard. But there's just one voice acted line I remember someone saying that sounded just so bad. As well as like there's like lighting issues and graphic issues, and then I had this one issue where. I was in Route 6. We're going back to Route 6 again. And it was the part where you're roaming around the city that you're in. And then, obviously, you can't fight enemies in buildings. But, I walked into the one building. You should know what it is. And literally there was, like, one enemy just, like, right there in the corner, like, upstairs. And I'm just, like, looking at it. We're just, like, looking. I can't attack it. It's not attacking me. We're just looking at each other. I'm just, like... Hi.
Yeah, I think someone forgot to load it out, I think.
But I don't know if that happens in, like, every playthrough.
I think it was a placeholder area, I think, because they've got to enter somewhere the bounds, aren't they? So I think they've kind of put the starting point in the wrong place, I think. And it's just, it's made the mob appear there where it's not supposed to.
Oh my goodness. I only just want to say I played on PS5 and it only crashed one time for me. I actually had one crash as well, and I was very scared when the crash happened because I thought it would delete like all my save data, but it didn't. It was the part. This isn't a big spoiler, but you basically play as like Theo in the vent system. I think that was like Van Route Act 4, Van Route 4, and like I was right before the mini game, and I literally the game has crashed. I'm like, no, but it was fine. It was fine. Thank God. Whew.
Yeah, PC can be a bit finicky, you know. It performs better than probably PlayStation, but there are extra bugs there because it is a PC port, you know. It comes with the territory, the PC ports. Yeah, because it's like the other day, I was watching Deej playing it on the PS5 here, and then I was playing it on the PC, you know, with DLSS, like say, and it's night and day. You know, it just shows that consoles are way behind PC, you know.
It does.
You know, it's just my game just looked way better than PS5. You know, it's just, and I shouldn't expect that from a modern gen console, but they are pretty much behind. You know, way behind.
I still like gaming on consoles. Like, don't get me wrong about that, but I do definitely see the appeal of PC gaming more because before I was kind of like nah, I gotta game on my consoles. I'm a console gamer. Why would I game on a PC? That's lame. And then I got a gaming PC, and now it's just better. It's just better. But I still like gaming on consoles. It's fun.
But yeah, it's better PC, but obviously it's a more expensive endeavor, isn't it? I know, because the console costs like a fraction of the price of a PC. You know.
Yeah, absolutely. Consoles are a lot more cheaper than a good PC.
Yeah. You don't want to know how much I spent on mine. Bloody hell.
2,000.
Up.
The only Falcom game crashing on PlayStation was Yeast Origin. Don't know what version though. But I'll wait till spoilers for the Vestiges. Oh, we can move into spoilers now if you're ready, DP. Unless there's anything else you want to talk about before we get into spoilers.
Yeah. So it was 3,000.
Okay, well, one of my friends bought a $5,000 PC, so that doesn't beat that.
Oh god.
You know the funny thing? You know the funny thing about that? He is a streamer. But you know the funny thing about that, DP? He only has one monitor for it.
Oh boy. I mean, for $5,000 up, he's got 64 gigs of RAM up. He's got like the best Ryzen or Intel CPU up. He's got a 5090 in there.
It was kind of me and my friends were like, why are you buying a $5,000 PC? He's like, I want to be a streamer and be good at it. We're just like, but you don't need a $5,000 PC for that.
I hope his spec is worth 5,000.
It was really funny because it almost got stolen in the mail one time.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Well, it must have been a very good PC then if they're willing to steal it.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, he uses it all the time, so it must be good. Okay, should we move on to Horizon spoilers now, or should we? Anything else you want to talk about pre-spoilers?
No, just move on to Horizon stuff. I think we talked.
Okay.
Yeah, for long enough there.
To everybody listening, we are now moving on to talk about spoilers of Trails Beyond the Horizon. This also might spoil other things in the series. So if you are... Oh, thank you for the hydrate. I'll do that in a second. So if you want to jump out right now so you do not be spoiled, please do yourself a favor and do that. And thank you, Solutions, for the hydrate. I appreciate that.
Yeah, hydrate.
Okay. So Crimson wants to know what we think about the Vestiges. Should we start with the Vestiges?
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
Okay, Vestiges. Here we go. Here we go. How insane was that? Oh, that actually reminds me. Hold on real quick. I need to turn off my push-ups and squats thing because I'm not doing that when we're doing this.
You cheat.
No. I don't want to interrupt the stream. That's important for these.
Oh, yeah, I can understand. Yeah, that wouldn't work.
I don't want to be like in a conversation and someone like does like that.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna just turn them off for
yeah.
the stream. They should be off now. I'll still dab. If people want me to dab, I'll dab, but that doesn't take away from anything. Only like a little bit.
Yeah.
You like the shirt? Yo, I'm up in my Riz. Let's go. I'm up in my Riz, chat. Me and Nadia, we're up in our Riz together. I just got it in the mail today, Solutions. It's great. I love it. I also got my Tokyo Xanadu and another Zero and Azure shirt in the mail as well.
Nice.
Pinbox, I don't know if they're still doing it, but Pinbox had like a 50% off clearance sale for stuff that they didn't want. So I don't know if you knew about that, but make sure, if it's still there, make sure to pick up some stuff. There was like, I think it was like 2 weeks ago. If I remember correctly. I'm not sure. Bro, why are those redacted dudes back? Okay. Vestiges. The headphone cable is killing me. Why you gotta keep distracting me? Stop it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry about this, okay? I can't help it. I've had this headphone for like 8, 7, 9 years.
Go wireless.
I really should, actually. I really should go wireless, to be honest with you.
Yeah, man.
Okay, Vestiges. So, here's my opinion. Kind of crazy, kind of makes sense for like the whole ideal of what Horizons basically is about, because the ideal of Horizons is like time. There's like so many like time shenanigans happening, and it was kind of like foreseen back from like Daybreak 1 and Daybreak 2. So the Vestiges are kind of crazy in the sense that it's just like they're bringing back like these old characters who are dead, or maybe we never saw before, or maybe something a little bit more. But here's what I think, right? Vestiges. Who are they? Have we seen them all? Or is there more we don't even know about? That's the question. So there is that Giacomo guy, who, if you don't know who Giacomo is, he literally died in the beginning of Daybreak 1. Kind of crazy to bring him back. I don't know why they chose him. They could have chose anybody else, but they chose him. There was the old Little Conqueror. I forget his name. What do you remember his name?
Little Conqueror?
Yeah, the one that like looks like Aaron.
Oh, the Tyrant.
Yeah, the Tyrant. What was his name?
Oh, yeah, he's got a weird name. Yeah, I know.
We'll just call him the Tyrant. The Tyrant is back. Frickin' the girl, the green one. Okay, so we talked about this a little bit before DP while I was playing the game, but
Yeah.
I originally thought the green one was Ida, Fairy like sister in the Jaeger Corps, but you said you thought it was Fairy in the future. But I agree. Lagun Khan, thank you, Solutions. It is Lagun Khan. I thank you for saying that. Lagun Khan. I will probably forget that because I have bad memory, but I will try my best to remember.
I thought it was called Lungan or something. Yeah.
Lungan. Logan Paul.
Lagun Khan.
Lagun Khan. But essentially, here's Lagoon.
Lagoon.
So I think it is Fairy from the future because there was a scene where like you hit the mask off and it shows like the skin color and it's like the same as Fairy. So I think it's definitely Fairy from the future. And we could definitely see the vestiges are from like different time periods. I don't know if they're from. I think they are from different time periods. They're like different futures or something. If that makes sense.
Yeah, I think I think like different versions of the characters from different timelines. Yeah.
Yes.
Because they'll be alive in that timeline. They'll be dead in this timeline, but obviously alive in another timeline. Yeah.
And then obviously there was Melchior, as you said, Crimson. There is Melchior, who that was a shock. And then there was I forget their name, Olympia and the other guy whose name I always forget.
Ariok.
Thank you, Ariok. And then the other three who appeared on Kevin's route. Those are the mysterious ones. You said it was 4 when you originally told me, but it was actually 3 people.
Yeah, 3. But they're 3, yeah.
I think it's because like at the end scene, it shows like all 3 of them, like the scene where like the girl takes her mask off and you hear her talking. I think they're the most mysterious ones. I think they are Sheena Dirk and her friends. I think that's who they are. And I think it's literally a good opportunity to like insert them here.
Yeah, the yellow one. It's either Sheena Dirk or it's Agnes' mother, Sophia. One of the two. Could be either.
I think it's definitely Sheena Dirk. Because there's like there's 3 of them, and other than Auguste, who we fought in Daybreak 2, the other 3 are the ones who were friends with Sheena, and I think they're both guys, right? Because it was Sheena and Auguste and the 2 other. I think they were guys.
It was Sheena's crew.
Let me actually just look that up real quick, just so I'm not like talking out of my ass right here.
I think it's the fighting style as well. I think because I don't think Sophia has that kind of fighting style as well. You know, Sheena did, didn't she?
She used a sword, like a really cool sword.
Yeah.
Let me see real quick.
Yeah, I think the other ones that Crimson said. I think the other one's Viola, and the other one I think is Alexandra. I think could be the versions of them as well.
Where? Yeah, which timeline?
There's also Viola and the other guy. Yes, that's Alexandra here.
But I wouldn't say if they were Viola or Alexandra. I don't know. It's a good process, but it's a good thought. But I wouldn't say that. What is their names?
Who?
The names.
Oh, Sheena Dirk's guys. Yeah.
If I go to the Calvardian Revolution page.
It would make sense if it would be Sheena Dirk.
Here we go.
Because August came back then in Daybreak 2.
Sheena Dirk, Olger Atkinson, Aramis Gainsbourg. Isn't that that's a guy, right? That is a guy. Yeah, so I think those 3 are Sheena, Olger, and Aramis. That's who I think they are on Kevin's route. That's my thought process. People use free cam. I finally found out who the girl is. Oh, did they? Who is it? You can say it, unless you don't want to hear it, TP.
People use free cam and apparently found out who. What, the girl? Oh, because they revealed the mask. Yeah,
because she takes the mask off at like the end. Who is it? Sheena Dirk? Yeah. Am I right? Am I cooking solutions or am I wrong?
I think he's not referring to Ferry, or is he referring to Sheena Dirk? Come on.
Oh, are you referring to the one at the end of Van's Route 6? Are you referring to at the end during Kevin's route at like that last scene?
Yeah. Oh, it's funny that part, Crimson. Yeah, when she takes her mask off, and Mary Hill's face, she's like, "Who this?"
Yeah, so it is Sheena. I knew it. I knew it was Sheena. I knew it. I knew it.
Well, then the Kevin's route.
Ooh, we're gonna fight Sheena on Horizons 2. I'm so excited for that. Oh, that's gonna be great. I wonder if Kevin will be the one to fight her. Oh, that's so awesome. Let's go.
Eventually, you give me an idea. I have to look that video up now. Go on, Chris.
What did you say?
I have to look that video up now if it's around.
You gotta look for it? Solutions, if you can find the video, feel free to link it in the chat. That way DP can like look at it. But that's awesome. I'm surprised you were able to find something like that.
Yeah, they probably hacked in the game, like saying they just used the free cam to like to rotate around and then just see it wasn't the mask. Yeah.
Oh, Crimson, I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying about Viola and Alexandra. Now, yeah, they had those collars on by Marduk. That's horrible. That's kind of illegal. Isn't that illegal? How is Viola alive? I think it's just based off of like I think the canon route of Daybreak 1 was that like you leave them alive. Because Olympia and Ariok die, but like and Melchior dies too. And then, like, Viola and Alexandria stay alive. I don't think she died. Yeah, no, she didn't die.
Exactly, yeah. I think the collars, weren't they just like a security device because they were criminals?
Yes.
You know?
I think if they had died, Van and crew would be a lot more surprised to see them during that final scene in like the little corridor at the end of the game. But they weren't. Yeah. I mean, they were kind of surprised, but they're like, "Oh, you're working for Marduk now?" Instead of like, "You're alive."
I mean, it would be an interesting take from what Crimson said, you know, if it was those colours that kind of brought them to life. But I think it's more the canon thing. They didn't die in Daybreak 1, I don't think.
That's what I think so. But the vestiges are definitely a mystery, and now that we got confirmation due to the free cam thing that it's Sheena Dirk, that's really exciting. I mean, it only makes sense that it's Sheena Dirk.
Yeah.
I guess you could argue that, as you said, it could be like Agnes's mom, but at the same time, who would the other two be?
It can't be. Yeah, I think it with considering the fighting style and everything, it's very unlikely to be Sophia. No.
Because and this is getting into spoilers for later, but she basically like sacrificed her life, and I think what that interprets is like she basically took herself out of existence, but people still like remember her in a sense. Maybe that's the one part I'm kind of confused on some of these things, because it's just like it feels like at the end. I guess we'll just go right into the ending then. We'll segue to the ending of the game, kind of, but essentially, like Agnes, like used her life to like prevent the timeline from like restarting. So like loop 20,000, because we are going to be going to loop 20,000, but instead of going back to like the Dark Ages or the Middle Ages, we're going to be going to what I assume is the beginning of Daybreak 1. I'm not entirely sure. However, I did think about this earlier, and I mentioned it to you earlier, DP, but isn't it kind of funny how the next game released after Horizons was First Chapter Remake? Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's coincidence, isn't it? Yeah, it's a bit, really convenient timing, isn't it?
Kondo, we're on to you! And now the next game is SC Remake. Very suspicious.
Could you imagine beginning of Horizon 2, Van ends up in 2012 or 2?
He just appears in like SC. He's like, what am I doing here? That's probably not going to happen. That's probably not going to happen because they already confirmed they're working on Horizons 2, so obviously it's not. But it'd be very funny. It's just kind of funny. I wonder if people like actually theorize that when people
each chapter of the game's like a year in the Nazarian calendar, like 12 or 2, 12 or 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That'd be crazy though.
Can I say something because a lot of KH fans have said this? You can say whatever you want. Okay, this is a spoiler. This is a spoiler-free. This is a spoiler. What's the word? You're allowed to say whatever you want. I don't know what I'm saying. Just leave me alone. Okay, we'll go back to the ending later. But okay, what's something else we should talk about? How about? What? Go ahead.
No, I was just thinking what Crimson said. I don't think she went back to Daybreak 1. It just seems a bit too far back. That
you think she didn't go back to Daybreak 1?
I mean, it seems because we're talking like an entire year in the calendar.
Yes.
You know, I mean, yeah, there could be like ways. You know, maybe Van might use the Genesis to hop between months, maybe because you can use it to manipulate time, all that kind of stuff. Because that's the power of the Genesis, isn't it?
Yeah.
But I just find it's a bit too long though for that. Because I mean, you've got to cover an entire year in one game. You know, that's a long time. I mean, even Daybreak 1.
I think it's very possible though, because. But like then there's also like the things with like we definitely feel like Reen and Kevin are gonna be playable in these games as well, like Horizons 2. So it's like how are they gonna do it? And if they are hopping, so I guess that does make sense. But it just makes sense that it's Daybreak 1 with how the ending ends. It's like the credits end with that scene of like Van opening the door and Yes has the sweets and she just fades out of existence. It just makes sense. Or is like people gonna forget Agnes? That's the thing.
I think that part, I think that's what kind of throws people off. I think that just kind of shows that she's been erased from that timeline, I think. Yeah.
So will people remember
she,
her? That's the thing.
Well, that's it. But again, I think in terms of like timeline, I think it might be put back just before the Star Taker, Project Star Taker, no before.
So like it'll be like Horizons all again.
Maybe, but maybe a bit earlier. I don't know, but we'll see.
I personally think it's Daybreak 1, and I think they'll pull something off really crazy with it. But I could also see it being maybe like Horizons all over again. It's a possibility.
Because you have to cover it. Because I mean, you have to relive every event again in Daybreak 1 and Daybreak 2 in one game. Wow.
Well, we did say that Daybreak 2 was short, so that one's not that big of a deal.
Yeah, that's it. Because I mean, like Daybreak 2 was a prelude as to what was going to happen in Horizon anyway, with the whole thing about what the Genesis can do. It can rewind time. It can help you to rewrite, things that have been wronged. It's like fixing time paradoxes, all that kind of shit.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
A fan remembers he could chain things like prevent crises, destruction, and save Dingo's life. Dingo will be in every Calvary game always. That would be nice.
Sure.
I did think about that too, that Dingo would be back alive again. I think Agnes went to another dimension, another world after she did what she did. Like how Sora went to Quadratum, which is a world that's in a video game, which is why he can see Yozora. I think it will be before Daybreak 1 and stopping her dad for doing the Starbreak mission since it didn't work and try another way to stop it. But where is Shirley? The world needs Shirley. Here's what I think about that.
See, that could be a good... Yeah, I think... Yeah, Crimson has a good point there. It could be because the whole Calvard arc is about that plan. It's about, obviously, the final plan for the Grandmaster, and also Gremhart has his own plan as well, which is all about, the Star Taker the projects, because in order to do that, he had to gain a lot of power in politics, and he had to become the president of Calvard, so that took him a long time to get to his position, and then obviously he had the power then, he had the wealth and everything then to do the project. Yeah. And that took place over what? That could have been longer because he was already president of Calvard for a year before Daybreak 1, I think.
Did we ever find out when he learned about that stuff? Probably the whole time, ever since he lost his wife.
Maybe. Could be, yeah, and also he probably read Epstein's journals as well. Yeah.
I and her will seek you and find you. Well, I hope so. And we still don't know what the phase 3 of the plan of the society is. Campy says it started, but we know nothing about it. Vanderbilt could recruit an even bigger team to fix this fucked problem.
Could, yeah. That's the thing. If your theory is right about him going back to Daybreak 1, he would have to recruit all of Arcade Solutions again, his entire team. Aaron, Ferry, Reset. He'd have to re-meet all those guys again.
Well, it'd be kind of like Cold Steel 2 in that sense. Instead of recruiting them, just getting them to remember. I think his Demon Lord powers might have something to do with that. Or Mare. Probably Mare, actually.
That's another thing as well, Chris, because that thing has been kind of swept under the rug. Because at the end of Daybreak 1, it said that his diabolic form would come back again someday. And then in the other two games, we haven't really heard much of it. So yeah, it's probably going to come back in the final game. Because it's kind of been swept under the rug, hasn't it, since end of Daybreak 1. That blue-black core that he has. Because remember, he threw it away, didn't he, at the end of Daybreak 1? But then all of a sudden, he reclaimed it again. But when did he reclaim it? Because he threw it into that fucking void.
Maybe we'll get more info on that Horizons 2 or something like that. I think maybe it'll be a really cool moment, right? Where in Naruto where he had to fight Kurama, and by fighting him he gained the power. Maybe he has to do something like that where he'll go one-on-one against it, and he'll be able to control the power a bit more, and maybe he uses those powers to go through time. Or maybe it's Mare, maybe it's the Genesis, something like that. But I do agree that his the diabolic form is definitely going to come into play here, 1,000,000,000%.
Sure, he was. Yeah, Van was. Yeah, he was experimented. Yeah, when he was part of the cult, once he Dante's, he tortured Van, didn't he, to get his power? Because that's how he obtained that power, didn't he, Dante's? He extracted it from Van. Yeah.
Well, that means we'll probably just fight Dante's again. Oh.
Because Almaty would exist again. Exactly. Yeah, they would be alive again. Dante's, Melchior, yeah.
But then there'll also be the Vestige Melchior and the Vestige other guys running around, too.
Exactly, that'll be a trip, wouldn't it?
So, what if we see Melchior versus Melchior or something, or maybe both Melchiors will end up working for Dante?
But then again, didn't it say throughout the game that the vestiges only appeared because time was about to end in that particular loop?
Yes.
Because the vestiges only appeared, yeah.
But wouldn't it be kind of weird that they just didn't appear in Horizons 2? Right? Wouldn't that be weird? Like, imagine not having showing Sheena Dirk like be there at the end, and then suddenly she's not in the next game. I think the vestiges will definitely play like a big part in Horizons 2. What that is, I don't know. Maybe something happened with Yes is doing that thing that time is a little unstable because of that, and maybe the vestiges still stick around because of it.
Yeah, you see, what makes this whole like going into timelines and then and bringing things back and into other timelines is reset. Because we found that capsule with like part of the body, with magic technology.
Reset, one of my favorite characters actually in Horizons, to be honest with you.
Yeah, and it said 1259 on the capsule, on the pod that she was in, 1259.
1259, 50 years in the future.
Exactly, so that tells you that one timeline, that means that the world was still around in that time. So something must have happened to her, and that capsule must have been transported into another dimension or timeline.
The sin value probably wasn't as high as it was, because in loop 19999, a lot of crap happened. We've basically established due to the final cutscene in the Grim. Wait a minute, Crimson, you never did the Grim Garden, right? You never did all the way to. Yeah, I don't think he didn't do the garden.
Yeah, because the sin value would have been really high in this time, because obviously the Civil Wars happened, the Ariel happened.
It's okay. Are you sure, Crimson? You can talk about it? All right. So basically, we learn in the Grim Garden cutscene that Novartis was originally the disciple of Epstein, and he was the only disciple. And we can basically assume that was in the previous loop. How he knows that, I don't know. How he remembers that, I don't know. But we can prove that the loops basically don't always be the same. Like, the same events do not happen all the time. So we could basically, maybe the loop where before reset was sent back, the sin value was a lot better. Maybe some things didn't happen before it did. So that's my assumption for why reset was able to come back, because that's why the world was able to get to 2059 as opposed to 1209. What do you think about that?
What's that, Chris? Sorry?
What do you think about that? Did you hear me say all that stuff?
No, I think you're sounding a bit quiet. Sorry, man.
Am I quiet? I was saying how like the sin value, like how the loops aren't always the same, so the sin value must have gotten a lot higher to 1259 to be able to like go back in time, because all the loops are not the same as we were seen by the cutscene with Novartis being the only disciple in the previous loop before that Horizons takes place in.
Well, yeah, that makes sense, because, I mean, look at all the stuff that happened in this timeline. You've got the Civil Wars, you've got the Great Twilight, the Ariel stuff that happened.
Where did Reset come from? Reset came from the future of one of the loops. I don't know which loop, but she came from the future.
One of the biggest sins that was committed was from Hamilton, when she took that water from the future and put it into the past using the Genesis. That's why she was branded a heretic from Kevin, and that's why, because that's a big crime in the church, you see, because she meddled with time, you see. Yeah. Yeah,
that's definitely why. That was a big thing for sure. That's why. I guess I can understand why she did it, but it just means she knows a lot more things. Because, like, if she didn't know, she definitely would not have done that. Because she definitely knew that the world was going to get reset.
Yeah, true. It's like right into the game as well. I mean, it was only... because he said that the world would end around August, but obviously because they broke the space-time continuum, because of course when it merely went up there, that's what brought it forward. You see, every single sin that happens, it brings it forward exponentially. You see that, it was supposed to happen in August, but because it went into space, it raised the sin value up again, and then it happened on the final day.
Well, they kind of like destroyed it, but not really destroyed it. In a sense, I don't really know. I personally, this is like a different topic, but I think like the final boss of Horizons 2 will probably be like the chest, the Septarian of Time. That's what I think.
Oh.
Do you think that?
Who?
That's the. Can you hear me?
You said something about Lundgren's chest.
Yeah, I think that the chest is going to be the final boss of Cold Steel 2, of Horizons 2. I think it'll be the final boss.
Really?
Because if you really think about it, right, there's really no bad guy in Horizons. Everyone is trying to do their best in their own way to prevent the loop from happening. Whether it's Gramhart, whether it's Hamilton, whether it's just like any of the characters, Kincaid. It literally just, none of them feel like they're actually villains, and they're all doing what they can to prevent the loop. So it doesn't really feel like any of them are really the villains here. It really feels like it's the chess, in my opinion. What do you think about that? Do you agree, or do you think I'm?
It could be, yeah, because Agnes could help them to defeat it as well, because she did say right at the end in the credits that she'd come back to see him one day, Van. So Agnes might, to some extent, come back and help them to some. Although she's erased from history, I think she will come back in some form. She's not fully gone.
I wonder how she's gonna come back. That's like the thing. Definitely, some fans gonna do something about that.
Because
but...
she still exists, because you see her in the end credits after the game ends. You see after she becomes that angel. So she must exist somewhere in some plane.
Even Ix was technically working with the people who was working for Hamilton. I'm sure Ix didn't really care, but he's not. He's just a bratty child. Like, he's not a brat. Yeah, he's just kind of a brat. Like, Van called him a brat in Horizon. He's just a brat. That's all he is.
Yeah, Ix was just for the killings and the hype and everything. He was just have fun, basically. Like, he didn't give a fuck about it.
Yeah, he wasn't like the main villain. I'm just talking about there felt like there was no main villain in Horizons. Because, like, nobody saw the surprise boss fight against Kincaid, who's actually a Grendel. Like, no one saw that coming at all, other than, like, the opening.
That is one of the biggest mysteries in my life.
Exactly! That's something else that's going to get answered in the next game.
I don't even have much of a theory on that, because, my only theory about that is I don't know if it's something to do with his relationship with Van. Did Kincaid know that Van was a Grendel all this time? No, I don't think Van knew he was one. So it's crazy, but there's something to do with their friendship as well. Because they were good friends, weren't they, Renee and Van, when they were growing up?
I don't know if that's a plausible thing, because then you could say the same for Elaine.
True, exactly. Is she a Grendel?
Oh god! Oh god! Is she evil too? Yeah. No, I don't think so. Personally, maybe. Oh, no, it would definitely. Maybe Mare is in touch with Kincaid somehow. Possibly.
The interesting thing though is those three people, Elaine, like Renee and Van, they are very drawn towards each other because they were good friends growing up as well. They're very kind of a close knit group, aren't they? So they must have all something in common. Oh yeah, they're just friends, but there's something more, I think. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, there's really no connection. That came out of left field, so I was not expecting it. To me personally, you want to know who I thought that Grendel thing was when I watched the opening? I thought it was Agnes, but from the Sunshine Agnes.
Oh yeah.
But that Sunshine Agnes was just Agnes from another loop that knew things. And was able to write to the future somehow, which is also another damn mystery. How the fuck did she do that? Literally, she gives a note. Give this to the other Agnes. As an item only Agnes can equip.
It's what he said though. For instance, is the Crimson Grendel the same as the one from Renee? I don't think so.
No, I think it's different.
Wasn't the Crimson Grendel
came from the 8 Genesis?
Exactly, yeah, when Dingle was blown up by the nuclear bomb in Cray, yeah. It's like his soul was transformed, like you say, into that. When, because obviously there was a Genesis around one at the time, and he kind of reacted to it, created it from his... It copied his personality, basically, didn't it? And turned him into a Grendel, yeah.
So we literally don't know anything about that. That's another mystery. But again, it doesn't feel like he is the villain, either. Yeah, he kind of, did something to prevent Van. He's definitely fighting against Van in the aspect of he doesn't want to work together. He wants to fight because he believes in what Agnes is doing, but he's not the villain. He doesn't feel like he's the villain.
Yeah.
It's just, it feels like that's why I think the Septarian of Time is going to be the villain of the main villain, the main thing that everyone is going to fight. Obviously there'll be fights, I'm sure the Vestiges will fight obviously Kincaid again and other characters as well, but it just feels like the final battle will definitely be in space again somehow, and it'll be against... Yeah. And we'll definitely end up finding that big thing, what was it, the Zoa Gilstein clone, whatever it's called?
Exactly, remember that? Yeah.
Yo, the events of DB2 could be prevented, let's go.
One of the craziest things, though, is some of the momentum orbs, how they have a lot of ties to the story. the biggest one was the statue that Thomas and Kev found in the year in 1999.
And that was apparently referenced in third too.
And that's it. And who was that statue of? Amelia when she crashed.
From a different loop.
It could
so
be,
that
yeah.
means this stuff has happened before.
Exactly, but much sooner, it seems, because that happened in 1209 in this timeline. But they found that statue in 1999. Oh.
So, but they did mention. Didn't they mention near the end of the game that like some like artifacts or things like transfer over from loop to loop? That's why we see things like that.
Exactly. Yeah,
she was probably from a different loop. In fact, we don't even know if that's Amelia. It could just be somebody else in a robot. That just happens to be.
But you look at those other statues that are around the world in Zemuria, like you see the one in Brunei Island, the one in Nord Highlands, they're similar as well. They're remnants of something that happened previously.
In a previous loop.
Maybe in another time. Maybe, yeah.
You really can't tell. Like, it makes this, literally Horizons makes you question the rest of the entire series. And, like, what is real and what is not real. Something I noticed was when Agnes did what she did, people were looking at their Zyphas and their Zyphas disappeared. What was that? You mean at the end of the game? That was just...
Oh, yeah.
Wasn't that just time resetting?
Yeah. It could be, but it was just... I think because the game emphasized that part when you just saw the Zyphas disappear. Yeah.
I think the reason why they disappeared first was because time was rewinding, and those people were... The Zyphones were made before those people were born, so that's why they disappeared first. But also, I don't think that makes sense, because I think it showed that Aaron disappeared before, like Aaron and Fairy disappeared before Van did at the end. So I don't know if that theory is plausible.
Yeah. One of the best lines in that part was when he reached out to Agnes.
Yes! Credits.
That it ends.
God, don't remind me of that ending. I can't get over it.
Told you it was. I told you weren't ready for it.
I don't think anyone can be ready for that ending. Like, seriously? Like, what a way to end the game.
Yeah.
All right, let me look. So we talked about Reset. We talked about Kincaid. We talked about Amelia.
Pinky boy.
What do we think who Mare is? Let's talk about Mare. Who do you think Mare is? I think somebody mentioned in like the game files they like decode the words she says. I feel like someone's mentioned that to me in the past.
Mare is someone. I think she is in another plane, maybe another dimension, maybe something. I don't think she's on Earth. She doesn't exist there. Because she always appears as a hologram. You notice, so she must be being kind of shown from some other place. I don't know where. It could be in space. It could be anywhere.
Yes, she's just a hologram. You are not the Blade Master anymore. I'm sorry. Someone said that Mare might be. You know how? What's the word? Like how Zeit? What is Zeit? Again, he's like the ancient animal of a Septarian.
Oh yeah, he's the guardian of Septarian of time.
So maybe Mare is like the guardian of the Septarian of time or something?
No, I think Yunka Fai is the guardian of Septarian of time.
You think it's Yunka Fai? Ooh.
I think it's Fai.
I never really thought of it like that. But I guess it would make sense. No, actually it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, because he keeps referencing the Black God. I think he refers to Lungan's chest as the Black God, I think. And his entire, like, say, his style is called Black. Is it Black one something style or something? There's 8 leaves, and there's the Black version as well that Shizuna knows as well. The one that Reen is going to learn now, because at the end he says, doesn't he? Yunka Fai, now go and seek the Black God. I think that's kind of Reen's ascension to his final stage of his training.
So it makes you think maybe people won't lose their memory. Maybe because Agnes overwrit the timeline, maybe people are not going to lose their memory. But maybe Agnes will just be out of existence. I guess that would make the most sense.
Yeah, protector cross. Yeah, Direwolf is protector cross, but he is registered as a police dog.
That's my police dog. I love my boy Zach. Let me find his card real quick. I have a card of him. That's my boy. That's a good boy. Give him all the pets. That's a good boy. That's a good boy. But yeah, I guess what is Mare? Like, I don't want to look up what those words are that were like translated. That because people can look them up.
Yeah, and the whole Yunka Fire thing is because when you look at 8 leaves, 1 blade. There's 8 elements in the Septarian, and then 1 could be like represents a key or something, because a chest is a key, isn't it? So you could say 8 leaves 1. The 1 could be a key or something,
Good
you know,
boy.
to open a chest. So that's kind of like a guardian, isn't it, Chris? You know, so that's what I think. That's what I think about that, Chris. Anyway, yeah.
I would probably agree with that. Yeah, but yeah, who knows? Who knows what Mare's gonna be, right? Who knows? You know, Yunkafai.
Yeah,
You think he's the guardian? That's interesting.
Yeah, like you say, she's some kind of fairy creature that she's probably from another plane dimension. I don't think she's from Earth, to be fair. She's from somewhere else, and she's been that kind of shown as a hologram form somewhere. I don't know.
That
but
makes
she is the one that gives me
really sus.
It's interesting though, because if you look, because she possesses Yume, doesn't she, as well? You know, and it always says when when Van turns into Grendel, it always says "bear the nightmare" or "don the nightmare" as it is in Japanese. And the interesting thing is about that is the word Yume in Japanese means dream, which is the opposite to a nightmare. So I don't know what the correlation is there.
Also, the fact that in the final parts of Horizons, Yume's eyes lit up.
Exactly. So she's like kind of the opposite. Like she bears.
Kind of connection does she have?
But Yume means, like I said, Yume means dream, which is opposite to a nightmare. You know? So it's what that's about. I don't know. Yeah.
I have no idea either. That's why did her eyes light up? That's what I want to know. Like that happened when like Mare possessed her. So like.
David 1, yeah. And the interesting thing, and when did that part happen? When she was in Longlai, you know.
Wait a minute.
And where did Yume go? She goes to the Kunlun Mountains, doesn't she?
Guy, what if? Okay, crazy theory right here. Are you ready? Are you ready for my crazy theory? What if Mare is Yume from a different timeline, or a different like loop?
Could you imagine? No.
But like, it kind of makes sense when you think about it. And maybe, right? No, am I crazy for that?
What's top of the mountain? Snacks.
Snack?
Yeah, sure.
Yume's eyes lit up in DB1 when she was possessed. Yeah, the same thing happened at the end of Horizons, Nastrin. I could have just been Mare. She wasn't with Van at this time, right? I mean, I don't know why, but like her eyes go back to normal too. They don't like stay lit up. They like lit up for like a few seconds and then go back to normal. And I think Mare was definitely with Van because she was there when they fought freaking Kincaid.
But and also when you look at right in the ending of Horizon as well, she walks into the room in Trion's Herb when Anya turns into an angel as well. She literally walks in the room when it happens, doesn't she? Yume, when she's possessed again. Yeah?
Yeah.
You see it in the ending. Yeah.
She did walk into the room and she was like, what's going on? She's like, huh?
It's like she knew she had to be there. She was drawn to that part.
Yeah, she was. Wait, so that maybe she is Mare.
Yeah, she was. Because how was she known how to get there? She was just drawn to the area, you know? Yeah.
Guys, I think we listen. When Horizon 2 comes out and they confirm it, I'm just gonna say I called it first. I say that Mare is some piece of Elysium, and Marduk knew about Elysium before it made its big entrance in Crossbell. See, I disagree with that, because Elysium didn't even... Like, Elysium warned Lloyd that something was coming, but they couldn't tell... They couldn't tell what it was, right? Do you think that if Elysium was allowed to speak that they would say that? Or maybe they wouldn't know. What do you think? Did she say she'd be going away for a while back at the final domain? I think she said she was going to be going away for a while they were in the domain, but Mare was literally there in the fight against Kincaid, right? She was there. Like, she helped Van bear the nightmare, and then when they fought. She's literally right next to Van the whole time. Whenever he's in, like, Grendel form. Does this affect Crossbell? Does what she did affect Ereboni and Liberal? How goes the spoiler cast? Hello there, Alex. It's going well. I think it's going very well.
Another interesting thing is, when you played Nayuta recently, like I said, the little fairy chick that's with Nayuta, it kind of resembles me a bit, you know.
Noi.
You know.
A little bit.
Noi, yeah. Yeah, you see, it's
Yeah, actually, I guess Noi kind of does resemble Mare, doesn't she? I wonder if that means they're kind of familiar, connected. Does that mean Mare is maybe from the Nayuta world? But what is Noi exactly? A little cutie patootie.
sure.
That's what she is. There are multiple Nois. I mean, it might be the same species. No, wait, wasn't Noi created by Kreha? Actually, now that I think about it. I don't know. I feel like we're getting off track. But I don't think that's a good one. I'm still gonna say Yume is Mare though. That's what I'm coming to the conclusion of.
Another theory I've been hearing, like it's in the pipeline, that they keep saying that Mare was she was like kind of created through an AI by Marduk, because they've got that advanced technology from that capsule that they found with Rosette as well. So it's kind of like she's got that kind of Altera Lapis kind of Asilium kind of vibe going on as well. That she's kind of a generated AI or something. Yeah.
Yeah, but then like, how does she come to life? Like what? But like, maybe it's because of Van's demonic power. She comes to life or something.
I don't know. Yeah, that's one of the theories. Yeah, that she's an AI. Yeah.
It's crazy how we've been through 3 games in Calvert and we still don't know anything about Mare.
That's the mystery. We didn't see the other Class 7 and how we didn't see Joshua and Estelle.
Well,
I know, I thought I might have seen them. Because they weren't in the game.
Because they weren't in the game! They were probably doing their own things, you know? They're busy.
Yeah.
The second Noi falling down from the sky was not... Yuta was waiting for Kreia to return as a different Noi. I know. I know this. But I don't think Mare is Noi. I think that's probably... Like, it's a good theory, but I don't think it has merit, in my opinion. But I could be wrong. I mean, I'm thinking Yume is Mare now, so I'm probably wrong. What the fuck is Noi? Noi is a character from Nayuta, Alex. The Legend of Nayuta, Boundless Trails. Play it. It's good. Right, DP?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, we talked about... Oh, here's something I want to talk about that really made me interested. Because I thought for sure this was true, but then at the end of the game it kind of disproved it, maybe. I thought that Simeon was Hamilton.
Yeah.
Because at the end of, like, the secret scene of Daybreak 2, it shows... like, her having the hat. And, like, that's the same hat that Simeon has on. And, like, their hair color is kind of similar.
But wasn't that hat that Hamilton had at the end of Daybreak? Wasn't that Dingo's when he was his human form?
Was it? Was it actually Dingo's hat?
I think that was Dingo's hat. I think not, because Simeon's hat is different. That was Dingo's hat. Yeah, I think that was Dingo's hat.
Hold on. Trails Dingo. Am I stupid for that? I love when I search Dingo Brad and I get a picture of Judith instead. I love it.
Ah, yes, Nielsen. Trust me, I'll put money on it. Yeah, he will appear in the next game because he always appears at the end, the final game of every arc. Nielsen, he appears in Sky 3rd, Azure, Cold Steel 4, and now he'll probably, appear in this next one.
Everyone thought that Simeon is the blind reporter. I don't want to say Simeon is Nielsen. No, I would say I would agree with DP. I think he's an Anguis. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's the first Anguis. I think. Yeah.
Hamilton just changed her gender.
He seems to be a lot more knowledgeable to be an enforcer, because enforcers are kind of more physical fighters, aren't they? But this guy, he seems to be like a wizard, of dark tomes and stories and stuff. Because I mean, he was talking to Rena about the Great Twilight, in Cold Steel 4, and then obviously he was talking about other disasters like the Ariel in 3rd, yeah.
Nah, man, Nielsen is an Anguis. Yes, he is. That's what, at least I think so. It would make sense. But like, what's his goal? What's his goal, right? What's
Nielsen, Anguis, he's a very knowledgeable guy. Like I say, Anguises are more than just enforcers. They're very knowledgeable people. Like they've the massive influence. I mean, look at all the Anguises. I mean, look at Vita. She's a super witch, isn't she? You look at like other Anguises, like the Oathbreaker. What he can do, he's a master poisoner. He can create all kinds of weird, potions and poisons and all that kind of crap.
What's going to happen with Yorda? I mean, who knows? Who knows what's going to happen with any of the characters? I mean, personally, what I think about Yorda is that I actually. So this is another reason why I think the vestiges will stay around, because like Ix is working with the vestiges. It would just be weird if Ix was like working on his own after that. Like, what would he do? Like, he kind of like said, "Fuck the enforcers, fuck Ouroboros. I'm doing my own thing because I want to be the way I am." So it's just he was probably still be working with them, in my opinion, which would lead to like a nice fight between Yorda and Ix. I'm sure Ix will cause some problems in Horizons 2 for sure.
But I'd be interested to see those translations of some of those words that Mare, said. I'll have to try and look at those translations.
Do you want me to try to look them up now?
Yeah, you can do. Yeah, because it might give us some insight as well.
Daybreak. Okay, this might be spoiler heavy, but I guess this is a spoiler stream. Mare secret words decoded.
And also, we see those jumbled up words, those blanked out words in the momentum orb of Risette's as well. So does she have an alternative name? That's a big reveal. I don't know, because when they were calling Risette by a real name, because obviously her name's not Risette. She went by another name.
Maybe she's not allowed to say words that are from different loops or something because they don't exist anymore.
Maybe, yeah, because it sounds like they're all jumbled up. Like, it sounds like they can't be heard or seen in that particular point in time or something. Yeah,
now they did say because these words didn't start in Daybreak. They actually started back in Cold Steel. Like when someone loses their name or something like that. And I remember, I think someone, either Emma or Vita, said that the reason why we can't make out those words is because they're not of this world. So maybe because they're not of this world means they're not in the current loop.
Or they may be from another world, like the Beyond, maybe, where McBurn is from. Who knows? That's another thing. That's one that fascinates me a lot the most. Where is the Beyond? What is the Beyond? Where is it? Where did it come from? Because it seemed like all these demons and demon lords came from there.
What the heck is this? Okay, I have a 40-second video.
I think Condor's been ripping off Kingdom Hearts.
Maybe. I see you have their power. Oh, wait a minute. No way. I'm an ancient...
Does it translate it? Send me the video, Chris, if you can.
Hold on, I'm looking at it right now.
Send me the video.
The 8th is after all, I guess the core of the vagrant system. Time certainly moves slowly here, but that time doesn't mean we don't have a lot of time to wait for the grand reset. Dang, she said that? If that happens, the vagrant system will be triggered. Be careful.
Yeah, just see if you can send me that.
I actually think I was right about my holy beast theory. I think maybe that she's my holy beast of the Septarian of Time based off this video. Let me send it to you. These are just like clips. I'll do a little more digging and see if there's more, but here you go.
Yeah, gonna have to make some sense.
I think he's a Kingdom Hearts fan. Uh-oh. Not the Kingdom Hearts fan.
Probably is. He's in a Morstan.
Yeah, and she mentions the Septarian of Time and the Grand Reset a lot, so she definitely knows about that, obviously. So maybe she
so someone's kind of like translated like the blanked out messages, because you can make out the Japanese symbols, I think, inside there somewhere.
I couldn't tell anything. I thought it was all jumbled up. So I think Richard and Annalise will show up. I actually would agree. I was actually talking to George Peter about it on one of my streams, and he was saying how he feels like maybe not in Horizon 2, but maybe like the final arc, like there'll be a thing where like all the 8 Blades users come together and like fight the church.
So the Guardian Administrator Manager and the Septarian of Time. So under the influence of the Septarian of Time, is that what she's saying? So and
then there was the scene where like you'll see it, but like the beast that you fight calls the Holy Beast. I think that's in reference to Mare. So I think Mare really is the Holy Beast of Time. Anies disappears just like Sora in Kingdom Hearts 3 when he's on the Trion and Destiny Islands. Kafai needs to assemble his students. 8 Blade users, assemble! Come forth to me, so we shall destroy the dawn.
So be careful. Using too much will cause an excessive corrosion from a singularity. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay.
So maybe the fact that Van kept going Grendel accelerated the sin value. Because maybe the Grendel is a power from another time.
So when when Demon Lord of Time says, "I see," so you have the power at your disposal. That explains how that holy beast was able to bind me.
Kafai and Rain showed up, so it's possible. I would believe it. I honestly think. I think he'll definitely show up. I think he's overdue for a game. It's a good way to get people hooked on. Well, I think people who play Horizons 2, they'll definitely be hooked on it. But it gives people more of a reason. I want to see Reen and Alan Richards interact. That'd be really cool.
Yeah, I think that part there kind of shoots down the old AI theory, because she says, I'm an ancient yet vulnerable guardian administrator manager, not some troubleshooting AI. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So
Yeah,
I think she might be the Holy Beast.
The 8th is a special piece of work. After all, it acts as the core of the Vagrant system.
And what is the Vagrant system?
Vagrant House.
I feel like we've heard that term before.
Time certainly moves slowly here. Okay, but it doesn't mean that we don't have a lot of time to wait for the grand reset.
Who created the fake sky? That was the Septarian of Time. The Septarian of Time created the fake sky.
It was me.
It was DP! Richard travels occasionally to Calvard for business reasons, so we might see him there eventually. I think we'll definitely see him there. If it's not in this Horizons 2, it'll be the final game in Calvard. Because I saw an interview saying that like they wanted to do like a final game, kind of like Reverie style, for Calvard. I also saw in that same interview that they want Estelle and Joshua to appear in the final arc of Trails. So I think they said after Calvard is the final arc. And he will bring Kanone with him. Kanone, my wife!
Yes.
It says I can answer any question you want. The AI thing? Yeah, well... It's kind of just weird with that. Your wife? No, I'm just referencing my my channel point redeem that I have, Alex. This one.
Wait, is that Kanone? My wife!
What was it called? The AI? It was it called like EOS or something like that? The one in you're talking
EOS,
about in Reen's Route 2.
EOS,
yeah. EOS it was
I
called.
Yeah, it's kind of like one of those Asilium kind of AIs, whatever it was.
Yes. Just think, if only Lloyd let the Ishmael Reen talk, this would all have been prevented. Dang you, Lloyd. You don't know. But Lloyd L. I can't believe I'm saying it, but Lloyd L. I'm kidding. Does it know what the words are that Mare can't say? I mean, probably. I wonder if there's more words. Do you think those were all the scenes with the words, or was there more of them?
I think there's a couple missing, because I read some of the comments, and they were saying they missed a couple of scenes. Yeah.
I'll look some more. Trails, Daybreak, Mare, secret words, decoded. Oh, this is the same video. Kind of sad that after 3 games, people have to data mine just to learn anything about Mare.
Sure.
Yeah, I'm not seeing anything else. Well, I think those little snippets that we saw answer a lot of things. I'm also sure that they use the same method to obscure the words. What's up?
I think I kind of think of what the Vagrant system is. Is basically in Daybreak 2 when we form all of like the Genesis together. I think that's what the Vagrant system is, because how did the Grand Reset happen? You know, it happened when all the Octogenesis were together. So I think that's what it is. The Vagrant system. It's when all the Genesis come together and trigger the Grand Reset. That's what it is. The Vagrant system.
Did they?
It's like all.
Yeah, I feel like they mentioned Vagrant system in Horizons too, right?
Yeah, I think it is. Yeah, it's the culmination of all of the powers of the Genesis to come together. Yeah, to cause the Grand Reset. Yeah.
Also, I think like the Vagrants Diaspora. The Vagrants Diasporas are like called Vagrants too.
Because it's that system that I think allowed Agnes to kind of overwrite the Septarian of Time's like Grand Reset, I think, as well. Yeah. Because she overwrote it, didn't she?
She
And then she
did.
did that was, and how did she do that? Through
The blood that
the
she
combined,
has.
yeah, and the combined power of the Genesis, yeah. Yeah.
I feel like we'll see Fee and Annalise interacting. I mean, I would see that happening, possibly. Though I feel like if Richard is going to be on anyone's team, it's going to be Kevin's team.
Yeah.
They probably interact, like, in the garden, if there's going to be another garden, or however they're going to do for, like, the hub world, if they do another hub world, like they did for, like, Daybreak 2 and Horizons, but I don't know. But that new information makes you think, huh?
It really does, man.
All right.
Yeah,
so next
It's
up,
kind of, yeah.
what do you expect for the next? What do you expect for Horizons 2? I know we've been kind of talking about it a bit, but what do you kind of expect for it? Any expectations? Any like characters you want to see or something like that? Like any expectations for Horizons 2?
Yeah, there's quite a few things. It's obviously, I think what will happen is I think Van obviously will be the main hero. I think he'll fix a lot of things. You know what happened in the other games. You know, I think what he'll do is it depends on where the timeline, you know, begins again. So if your theory is right about, you know, it's starting at the beginning of Daybreak 1, he'll probably recruit everybody again and just restart the process again, and then and then stop, you know, Project Startaker. You know, I think he'll go up the source and he'll stop Grimheart first. You know, he'll convince him not to start the project, and then. Or something. And there's lots of things I can talk about with this, and I'll be here for hours. You know. So
well, you have the mic. Go ahead.
Come on, I'll be here forever, man. What's your take anyway? Let me just think, because there's a lot of things.
That's fine.
There's a lot of.
So
yeah, so just tell me your.
You mentioning Gramhart makes me think that like, will Gramhart know about like Anya? Like, if we think about the theory that everyone's memories will be erased, will Gramhart forget that he has a daughter and a wife? So that's why I think that's not going to happen. Maybe. I don't know. It's kind of 50-50 because I kind of personally want that to happen where people forget things. But it also wouldn't make sense.
That's the baffling thing as well. How did he remember Sophia? How did he remember Lily? Like say his a grandmother as well. If everything reset before, you know, how do you remember those people? Because they don't exist. Because they went through the same thing that Anya's did. You see? Yeah.
So that makes you think maybe they didn't like erase people's memories. Maybe it just priced them out of existence. Like they're still remembered, but they're just dead. Like they're gone.
Yeah,
that's like really confusing.
Yeah, it's like it destroyed the world, but everyone's souls were kind of like preserved or something.
That's like the one thing I'm confused about with the ending of the game. That specifically. You want Ellie, Noelle, not Lloyd? I want Lloyd. Don't say fuck Lloyd in my chat. What are you saying? To me, the Lloyd guy? Oh my god.
That guy.
That's it. Your name is now Lloyd Torres. Congratulations, Lloyd Torres.
He needs to get over that barrier, boy.
Get over that barrier, Alex. Mr. Spammer over here. All of the SSS minus Lloyd Maho, you're banned. What did he... What? I got you, Reaper. What did he say? Okay, but... I would like to see Lloyd, obviously. I would like to see Richards. Milliam would be cool as well. I want to see Rise. I don't know why I said Rise. Maybe some more people from like Gaius coming back too would be cool. Maybe we can see like how he's grown a bit as a Gross Ritter.
That's a discussion for another arc, I think, for Gaius. I think he'll appear later on in another arc.
Probably, but it would be cool to see. I wonder what else would I want to see. I don't really. I think that's like enough because there's already like a lot of playable characters already in Horizon. Because I'm assuming like all the playable characters will still be playable in Horizons 2. So if we're gonna add any of the characters, Richards, Annalise, Milliam, Gaius, Rise.
I think what Van will do is he'll probably use the Genesis or something if he acquires it in the game, and he'll try to use it to fix all the issues that happen. I mean, he could prevent Dingo from dying, he could prevent Cray from being destroyed, you know.
He literally will be the hero, yeah. The shackled hero, after all. Maybe this is the event that unshackles him.
Yeah, exactly. That's it. He could fix a lot of the problems that have been going on and the issues throughout the other 3 games. Yeah.
But like, I guess I would want like Van to do that person. Like, I think that would be super cool. Like, maybe he can like use the Genesis to also like travel a lot faster, so he doesn't have his car. Because I don't know. I'm sure he'll still travel by car, but I don't know. Maybe the travel thing's a little wrong. Maybe ignore that part. But he would basically use the Genesis somehow. How? I don't know. But he needs to get the Genesis because right now, well, if time is going back, oh wait, if time is going back to Daybreak 1, because Agnes had the Genesis. So does that mean? Okay, wait a minute. Crazy idea. Daybreak 2. Horizons 2 starts with Van opening the door, right? For when he meets Agnes. But obviously no one's there because Agnes wrote herself out of existence. So instead when he opens the door, it's just the first Genesis falling onto the ground. And that's how it begins.
That'd be wild, but yeah.
And then he sees the Genesis and he remembers. He remembers everything. And then he uses somehow found a way to like have everyone else do it.
That's when it all started. Let's say with that one Genesis, that one Forest PG that Agnes, like say asked Van to do for it. That's where it all started. That's the origins of where we were introduced to the Genesis and everything.
First boss of Horizons 2, Dante's. I mean, I feel like if anyone's gonna be a boss, it's gonna be Aaron. Aaron will definitely be a boss in Horizons 2.
That's it. If we go that far, just think at the things that exist now. Cray will be still existing. Dante's will still be alive. Almato will still be active. Giacomo will still be alive. All this other stuff.
Yay, Giacomo! Everyone's favorite Trails character! Hooray!
Well, that's it. It's like everyone will still be like around. Like say all the events because what happened in Daybreak 1. I mean, like in Basel, that guy who became the AI. Would he be a normal scientist again like he was before? Like say, would Ida still exist now? Because obviously she died, and obviously
Ida would probably be saved too. Cause like maybe Van would like know about the knowledge ahead of time and like go there in advance to like stop Melchior from being a dick.
Exactly. Olympia will still be alive. Viola will still be around. Alexandra.
Bro, if they did that, Horizons 2 would be my favorite game ever. I hate Gilbert and Giacomo. I love Gilbert. I do hate Giacomo, but I hate Gilbert. I mean, I hate Giacomo. I love Gilbert. God.
Gilly boy.
Gilly. Gilbert with 2 lion-shaped archaisms is a nice boss. If they bring Gilbert back in Horizons 2, I'll laugh. Obviously, Ouroboros is going to have a major impact. I wonder if we'll see, like, any new members of Ouroboros. Like, maybe they'll bring, like, the McBurney boy or, like, something.
See, I don't know if it's going to be the case, because I think Nielsen will appear again, because, like I said, he always seems to have a pattern of appearing in the final games of every arc.
Gilbert and an Ion.
And I think this could be the time where he finally reveals himself as an Anguis, I think. Could well be.
I mean, what are the current members right now of Ouroboros? There's a lot.
Yeah, there's obviously, we know who. So, first Anguis, we don't know who that is. The second Anguis was formerly Vita, I think, if I remember rightly. The third was Weissman. He's dead, though. The fourth, I think, Oathbreaker's fourth, isn't he? Campy he's in Force Zero.
Oh, we'll get to Campy. I have some thoughts about that. I didn't even write that down on my list.
Let me look at my Bosch chat.
I figured while we were talking, I have like more questions about other things. That's crazy. Okay. So, why do you exclude Louve and Karin and even Hamel from your theories? There's some reason? Because I don't think it's gonna go back that far. If it went back that far, yeah, but that would be too long. That would literally have every single character in the game.
Yeah, Louve would be long dead.
Yeah, Louve would be long dead, Nastrin. It wouldn't be possible. We'd be going. I think we're going back to the beginning of Daybreak 1.
Well,
do you remember when that evil scientist who was in a Grimcat outfit? You mean female Gilbert? Yeah, I remember her.
But that's the thing, though. Because we're entering a new timeline now, and she's only reset the time to a certain point, don't you think history would have been rewritten?
Whoa, wait a minute. Holy crap, that means we could be, like, in a whole different time. Like, there could be different events.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, history could be rewritten. Shit, I didn't think of that. Oh my god, that would make everything crazy.
Let's remember, like the world's supposed to start at 0, but she only reset time back to a certain point. So who knows? That point in history could have happened, but in a different way.
That means
It
like
could've-
other
yeah.
characters could be evil, some characters could be good. Nah, I don't know if I would want to believe that. I don't know. That would be a lot.
well,
But that is a crazy
ferret.
theory.
Ferry, I think Ferry is evil in that other timeline that we saw as a vestige.
I don't know if Barry is evil. I would just say that she knows what's happening and she thinks her younger self isn't ready. But I don't know. That's like one of the other bigger questions. Obviously, older Fairy is like a crazy thing too.
Right, exactly. If Hamill was never destroyed, they would have never gone to Erebos. Got that because that was the catalyst to them joining the society. Exactly. Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like if they rewrite the whole history of everything, that would be insane. But I could see them doing something like that. I don't know. I just want to assume that Agnes rewrote everything to just go back 3 years instead of just rewriting everything to like the beginning. But that is possible. Like events could have, like maybe Hamel is back and maybe like Joshua never is got. But then Joshua wouldn't be with Estelle. No, that doesn't make sense. I don't know.
Because like I said, if it's a new timeline, it's gone to a certain point. I mean, like I said, history could be rewritten. Like that, there you go. There you go. You see, we're not just entering a new timeline here. We're entering a timeline of past events that could have happened differently. You see.
So if you got Rosalie in a Grimcat outfit, Gilbert is in a Grendel. Yes, I would love that actually. Gilbert in a Grendel suit. Let's go.
Go.
I don't know. That just opens up so many possibilities. That's not what I want, but I could definitely see them doing something like that.
So, based on this chart that I see here, like I said, this is the updated one. So we see the Anguis here. So obviously we have the Grandmaster. One is an unknown person that appeared in 3rd, AO, and CS4. I think that's Nielsen, because look at the games, you know. Yeah.
Nielsen is
2
a
is
sussy
Vita
boy.
of Code. Exactly. Yeah. Vita's
Was he
number
in
2 of
Sky
Code.
3rd?
He was in. I think he was in a door. I think if I remember rightly.
When I eventually get to my
Georg
Sky
Weiss-
3rd nightmare run, I'm going to be keeping my eyes on that boy.
Weissman is 3. Obviously, he's dead. Yeah. Mirabelle is number. I think Mirabelle took.
He took
She took his-
Weissman's spot. Yes.
Yeah, makes sense.
Nielsen in Sky 3rd.
obviously-
Yes. DP said that he is in Sky 3rd.
Yeah, he is. Yeah. Obviously, 4 is Harwood. Yeah, Healthbreaker. 5. You see, interesting thing about 5 is Harwood mentioned him in Horizon. He says he was an old man. Yeah.
If we're talking
And he
about
only-
real shit, Elaine should get a Grendel because 2 of the 3 got a Grendel. We actually touched about this a little earlier. It would be cool if Elaine got a Grendel.
If she does have Grendel pose, it would kind of explain a little bit why Renee is one. Yeah.
Like, what's the connection between that? Because they know Vanna's a child?
Exactly. See, the interesting thing about this, going to this chart, we don't know who the 5th Anguis is, but he appeared in 3rd, so we probably might have seen him, but we don't realize it's him.
Crimson
Apparently it's an
Lucrezia
old-
is in Anguish. She's an enforcer. Right?
Yeah. Who?
Lucrezia.
No, Let's is a thingy. She's an enforcer.
Yeah, she's an enforcer. She's not an Anguish.
Yeah, number 5 is an elderly guy. Apparently, he appeared in 3rd, so we might have already seen him, but we don't know who he is.
Wait, what?
Apparently, he appeared in 3rd, but it could be anyone because you see quite a few elderly people. But watch out! I mean, if I play 3rd again, I'll watch out for that.
Well, I better get through the SC Nightmare run so we can get to that because I want to see that.
Because I remember in some dialogue in Horizon, Howard mentions him, and I think Yoda mentions that apparently he's some kind of really lazy old man or something. Yeah, because I think Howard he tasked them to do some kind of research, about this or the anomaly that's happened in the game. Yeah, so it's interesting. Yeah, that they were mentioned. Yeah.
If for whatever reason there's no new location for the final arc of Trails, they should have a game for Libero, Crossbell, Ereboni, and Calvard, and all their stories connect for their very last game. Have a final send-off. I probably see that happening as like a last hurrah.
So, number 6 is obviously Novartis, of course. Yeah. Number 7
Novartis,
is a Still Maiden. 7 is still Maiden, Erin Road, of course.
Well,
Yep.
it was the Steel Maiden.
Was, yeah. And then there you
She's
7
dead.
Anguis. Yeah. Yeah, and there's your 7 Anguis, guys. Yeah, so...
My boy Rufus killed that woman.
Exactly. Okay, so then, yeah, that's one thing I can tell you who might appear in Daybreak, in Horizon 2, McBurn. You know,
I think he would appear. I think he's gonna appear.
Because McBurn likes to appear when all this good shit, everything kicks off. And because remember at the end of Reverie, the very first thing, because he had a conversation with the Grandmaster and Gremhard, didn't he, as well, at the end of Reverie? Remember that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So McBurn has something to do with this, I think. You know, in what capacity, I don't know, but he must have something to do
You
with
would
it.
say Rufus is a lady killer.
Oh, God. So, yeah, he's obviously number 1. Number 2 is obviously Luve. Obviously, he's gone now. Yep. We know who the Golden Butterfly is now. That's, let's see. Yep. Number 4, I don't think we know who 4 is, but I think, again, wasn't it Howard who mentioned that person, I think? You know, because he mentioned an Anguis and he mentioned an Enforcer as well who did that research that he tasked them to do. You know, I can't remember if it was the 4th or not. Yeah.
Are you looking at a list on the Wikia right now for it?
Yeah, I'm just looking at, but this one is quite out of date because, you know, it doesn't even say who the Golden Butterfly is, but we know who that is now.
I got you. So we don't know who 1 and 5 is. Number 2 is Vita, but she's on hiatus. Number 3 is Maribel. 4 is Elroy. 5 is 6 is Novartis. 7 is Arianrod, but we don't know who her replacement is. So technically we don't know 1, 5, and the replacement for 7.
Exactly. Yeah, and then I'm just going down the list here. So Golden Butterfly, we know who that is, and that's, let's say, 4, I don't think we know who that is. 5, I don't think we know who that is. 6 is Luciola. We know who 7 is now. That's Simeon. That's him. 6 and 7, yeah.
Now here's
Walter's 8. Yeah, Walter's 8. Sharon's 9. Bablanc is 10. 11, we don't know who that is. 12, we don't know. 12 and 12, no, we don't know who that is. 13 is Joshua. 14, I think it was Enforcer 14. He mentioned with the Anguis 5. I think he mentioned Howard. I think it was those two. He mentioned Deborah.
I have a list if you want me to read it.
Yeah, and then obviously, Ren is 15, 16, we don't know, and then Shirley is 17. 18 is Ulrika, I think.
She is, yep.
And then 19 is Cedric, I think, and 20 is Yix and Yoda. Yeah.
Apparently there's a 21 and a 22 as well, but we don't know who they are.
Yeah, 21 is like the world. That's where the tarot ends.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then 22 just says question mark on the page. Yeah, so
That
we don't
one is
know
kinda
4, 5, 11, 12, 14, or 16.
Yeah, that's interesting. It's interesting to put a 22nd because in the tarot it ends at 21.
It does.
So that's interesting. Yeah, so I don't like this 22. Interesting. Yeah.
14 is Lucrezia. Is she 14? That's the wrong. I'm looking at the wrong page.
No. Let's see. Is 3 Golden Butterfly?
Oh, this music's almost done. I gotta go back a bit. Yeah, Lucrezia's number 3. How did she get number 3 and Sharon's number 9? Didn't they enter at the same time? Or maybe she just became an enforcer later.
Oh yeah, Sharon would have become an enforcer much later. Yeah, Letzi was already enforced a long time ago. Yeah.
So speaking of, since we're on the topic of enforcers, Ulrika.
Oh yeah,
Ulrika. What do you think about Ulrika?
Yeah, she's an enigma, isn't she? A massive mystery. I think I read an interesting theory the other week about her. Apparently, she is someone who's streaming from outer space or something. I know, someone mentioned this really interesting theory about her. I can't go into details because there's a lot of spoilers involved, but apparently she's some kind of, what they were saying in the theory, she is some streamer that's coming from outer space.
I just shot my cards.
I don't know. It was a very strange, outlandish theory. I can't remember exactly what they said, but she's a streamer from outer space. That's what they were trying to get at. But I don't know if that makes any sense.
Isn't she like the moon for the Arcana? That would make sense, right?
Well, that's the thing. That's why I think they're going with the whole space thing, Yeah, because if you look at the tarot card as well, and you look at how Rika sets herself up in the game, it's kind of similar.
Yeah,
When you
she's
look at
the
the tarot
moon.
card, yeah, exactly, because she's like hovering above everybody, isn't she? Like the moon, whatever.
I personally think she's an AI. I think she's like an AI that was made, and she's like
AI.
trapped in the computer. I don't know, like a really smart AI that's like trapped in a computer for some reason. Like obviously, like AIs are.
She's a cilium.
She's a clanker. I'm probably wrong. Your theory is probably more plausible, but I just personally think like the reason why we've never seen her like outside of the screen is because she's maybe like not a real person. She's probably like a computer program or an AI that somehow was given a power. It's Callahan's daughter. You mean Amelia?
Callahan's daughter.
You mean Amelia?
Callahan's daughter. Interesting. Okay.
Oh, Callahan from Daybreak 1.
Yeah, the scientist who became an AI. Yeah.
Callahan was trapped in the computer. He wasn't. Well, he was like made in the computer. He was like put in there by Melchior and stuff. It's a possibility.
But your theory, though, like I say, kind of holds up to that because Daybreak 1 showed that it's possible to transfer someone's conscience into an AI or into a computer.
Yeah, so maybe. So maybe like she was real at one point, but they transferred her into an AI, and she somehow still has powers.
Mare could be, who knows? Like you say, because she's an intelligence as well. That she may have been a conscious being at some point, but she might have been transferred into a system, whatever. I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what I think. But I mean, both theories are plausible. Why don't it just be like she's just some basement dweller who just lives in a basement somewhere?
Yeah. So Rika could have done the same thing. She could have done, she could have followed in Daddy's footsteps.
Possibly. All right. Well, that's what I think about Ulrika. Now here's another one. I'm surprised I didn't write this down.
To be fair, though, Chuck and not Crimson. It does show that consciousness can be transferred into an AI or a computer. So. Yeah.
I think it has plausible effect, Crimson. I think you're cooking a bit actually on that.
Yeah, because we know Calva's technology is way beyond Erebonia's, cross
Crimson,
bells.
You're a genius. You're a genius, Crimson. You connected the dots right there. You found the missing link I needed.
Well, that's another explanation as well. Calva's technology is leaps and bounds beyond, like, say, Erebonia's and cross bells and Ferias, Yeah.
What is Camp? Campanella is what I mean. That's the next person I want to talk about.
The Fool.
No, actually, it's Campanella the Clown. That's how he signed it.
Oh, he's a fool, jester, clown, whatever fucking said.
He could be whatever he wants, but he can't call me for dinner. That's for sure. But anyway, he is. Here's my thought process. Do you think he's seen all the loops?
He's something. He's quite an interesting one because he's. I think he has some kind of ties to McBurn as well because if you look, he has like a tattoo on his face, doesn't he?
Mm-hmm.
And when you look at McBurn as well, he has similar kind of markings on his body as well. If you notice that, so I think, and if you look at McBurn, him and Campy are the only two people that can actually conjure magic without an Arcus, without any kind of technology. If you noticed, So I wonder if they're kind of part of the same kind of race because. I remember as well, End of Cold Steel 4, he kind of wanted to get revenge on Campanella because he suppressed his memories, didn't he? Because when he mixed with his human form, with his Demon Lord form, he lost his memories, didn't he, for a while?
Mm-hmm.
And then when he gained them back, one of the first things he says in Cold Steel 4 is that I'm going to get that bastard Campanella back or something like that. So did Campy do that to him? Are they part of the same kind of group race? I don't know. Because these two guys are pretty similar in their own rights. They are. He's zero and he's 1. They're pretty much next to each other on the list as well.
It makes you think of the first Anguis also has that like mark on their face as well.
He's like these two are the OG enforcers, and then exactly the OGs. These guys started off the enforcers. Campy did, then it was McBurn. Yeah, so these guys are OG, man.
So it makes me think that I think Campanella has seen all the loops though.
Exactly, he's not of this world, definitely. He's from the beyond, like McBurn. Those two guys are like they're very unique individuals.
What is Campanella? He also never ages. But has anyone also seen McBurn age?
No, because that's because of his demon form. Because when he mixed with his human form, like say, people say it's Nayuta, whatever. Yeah, you can say whoever it was.
That's my boy Nayuta.
It's crazy that. Could you imagine that if McBurn was actually the hybrid of the Demon Lord, McBurn, and Nayuta human form? That'd be crazy, that, wouldn't it?
Yes, I would probably think so as well.
That would be a very interesting story, because if that's the case, how did Nayuta end up in that situation? That's crazy.
That's when they released Nayuta Trails Boundless 2.
Exactly, and then when you look at the timeline, when did McBurn come to Zemuria? Around the time Epstein died, so something those two things match. There's some connection between Epstein's death and McBurn's arrival, because it happens around the same time. So there's some correlation there, but I don't know what it is. Yeah.
So what if maybe the Grandmaster, Campanella, McBurn, my assumption the first Anguis, right? Maybe they all can see all the loops and they understand it, because maybe they're not from the world, so they're not bound by the same rules.
Maybe.
That's why.
Seen them all.
That's why. Yeah. Oh, because I actually read this on the wiki, but basically the reset. This specific reset is the beginning of their third phase, the Eternal Recurrence plan.
It's kind of like the whole plan the Grandmaster's setting out. It's like she's waiting for that kind of perfect loop where all the plans come together, and it's probably this one.
It's definitely this one, then, yeah.
Yeah, in the last loop, it wouldn't have been possible because the world ends at that point, but she's waiting for that perfect loop, I think, for all the plans to just fall into place, yeah.
So, I think maybe Horizons 2 will finally meet the first Anguis, which is maybe Nielsen, like you said. Maybe Nielsen will finally come out as the first Anguis, but he doesn't have a mark, does he? I'm looking this up. I mean, it doesn't have to be on the face, right?
He might do. He just doesn't show it because
what if the mark is in his eye, which is why he always has his eyes closed?
It might be because, like I say, I don't know if the whole blind thing is an act or if it's true. And he's always covered up in a raincoat, and he's always, he's a very eerie guy, Yeah.
He has his eyes closed. He has a nice outfit, actually. He has that staff. That staff could be his not staff, but that walking stick. That could be his weapon.
Would be, because like you say, I mean, he used to say he's blind. It could be just a front. Who knows?
Yeah, maybe the marks in his eyes, right?
Yeah.
Look at my WOT. Maybe it holds some merit. Oh, you mean the last thing you said? You said this. Campanella is related to Ein Selnet. Both green hair, both cover their left eye, and in CS4 during the big showdown on the Pantagruel, there were some complaints because Campanella was fighting in the girls' line, and he replied with something like that he might be a girl.
Yeah.
What is Ein gonna do something? What is she gonna do something? There's a Twitter account I follow that's posting Ein Selnet until she does something.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of people argue that is Campy a boy or a chick, and it could be either. He's got that kind of Katra vibe.
Could be like Katra, yeah. I mean, the stuff with the black ornament, the stuff with Kia, the stuff. What if it's the Gin from Bleach? Remember how Gin from Bleach looked like he had his eyes closed, but they weren't? What if Nielsen is like that? I mean,
I was thinking that because it's kind of like Brock in Pokemon. It's like he looks blind, but he's not. He's just got those eyes on him.
It makes you think. So I definitely think now that we talked about that, I do think that maybe McBurn and Nielsen will actually be in the game, Horizons 2, especially if he's the first Anguis. So 100%, I think if Nielsen does appear in the game, it will be 100% confirmed to me personally. He is the first Anguis. Because as you said, he was in 3rd, he was in Azure, he was in Cold Steel 4 when all this stuff was going down. He was there. He's gonna be there for this too.
It's the pattern of games. It's just like you say, because Sky 30 is the last game of the Sky arc. Then you have Azure, the last game of the Crossbell arc, Cold Steel 4, the Cold Steel games. And now Van's final chapter will be the final Calvin game, so he has to appear.
And I think if he does appear, he'll be the first Anguis. So yeah, we gotta learn more about the Eternal Recurrent plan. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Loops and time travel. Yeah, so can I just say that I really freaking love the aspect of like the loops and the time travel stuff like going on in the whole game of Horizons, because I love that type of stuff in like media. I love time travel and I don't know if you know the anime ReZero, but it's basically one of my favorite anime. And the main character basically like every time he dies, he goes like back to a certain point to try to like make a better like future one that's what he wants and stuff. So like that's kind of like very coded to this.
Yeah.
So I really love that. That's actually kind of part of the reason why I bumped Horizons up to my favorite game, because I just love that they're using like time travel and loops and stuff.
Yeah, it's like what Crimson. It's like what happened to Bigard's eye. Not just his eye. I'd like to know how he's still alive, because that guy was a gunner. You know, even Van thought he was dead, and then he just appears out of fucking nowhere.
Ooh, that's true. We don't really know much about that. Like what he gave up his stigma to Gaius, but isn't that you're supposed to die? But he didn't die or something. Maybe we'll learn about that too. Yeah. He's kind of like a. What did he really do during Daybreak 2? What did he really do? Because he wasn't.
Exactly. What was he up to?
What was he up to? Because it was kind of alluded he was kind of working with Marduk, but not. It can't be for like a whole period of time. I liked it during Zero and also in CS1, and CS4 was cool as well. Yeah, that's why I like really like the Azure, like that, like when they reveal like the beginning of Zero was actually just an alternate timeline of what happened is kind of crazy, and then like how CS4 did it as well is really cool too. Like that
Crimson, yeah.
That Sorry, is Chris, like the coolest thing ever, in my opinion.
Yeah. Exactly, yeah, that's it. Yeah, I saw that. Did you see that Connect event? The Bigard's second Connect event in Horizon.
I saw them all. Yeah.
Yeah, that one where he was talking about why he couldn't, reveal why he died. Yeah, he kept, he was under wraps for a while. Yeah.
That was the one where they're like camping and roasting the marshmallows, right? And he talks about his past.
Exactly, yeah. Well, he had to change it into Bigard, of course, because obviously, I don't think he wants certain people. Exactly, not to that. I think he doesn't want certain people to know he's alive as well, because I think he must have made a lot of enemies as well. Yeah.
Oh, well, considering how much he was like Mr. Worldwide all the way, saving all those people like Celis and Leon and everything like that. Yeah, he probably has a lot of enemies. The one I'm talking about is where he's getting interviewed for the magazine. Oh, you mean the first one?
Really? I thought that was the one where he's at the campsite. He talks about that.
It is the campsite is the one where he does talk about the past. The first one is just him, like for the motorcycle interview, it's just him like being proud of like Van's progress as a person.
That was crazy. That was kind of like out of the ordinary for someone like Bigard. It's like he just gives some random like story to some reporter about bikes and shit. It was good though. It was nice though.
He likes his bikes. What can we say, man? He has some good taste. He has some good taste. There are also trails of him in the Cold Steel game. Yeah. I was watching another streamer, and he did the side quest at the end of Cold Steel 2 with Barkthorn, and it's cool stuff. The protagonist that keeps coming back from death. Yes, he is voiced by Sean Chiplock. I do know this. Trust me, when I realized it, when I was playing as Reen in Cold Steel 1, I'm like, wait a minute, this voice is very familiar.
That's why he changed Nia, because he was called Barkhorn, you're right. Yeah, he was called Barkhorn.
Yeah, Burgard's a mystery, too. Burgard's a big mystery. It's gonna really suck, because it's gonna feel like, what is it? I always forget her name. Juice Grandma. Why do I always forget her name?
Oh, Dominique.
Dominique. I always think her name starts with a G for some reason. I don't know why. Dominique. Yeah, she's definitely gonna be like someone that Judith is gonna end up like fighting. So that's gonna be very fun. We're gonna like learn some answers about that maybe. So that just makes me think like there's just like so many possibilities of how Horizons 2 can be. Like we don't know. Like we really don't.
That's another interesting thing about Dominique. I think there's kind of a link between her and Epstein as well in the Genesis, because the Grimcat's device works on a similar piece of technology that Epstein developed as well.
Yeah.
I mean, she can teleport with it. Yeah.
It's just kind of like weird when you think about like all these like little plot things that might potentially come back to like be a key part in Horizons 2. It makes you really think. Makes you think a little hard, maybe. Let's see. Anything else you want to talk about?
Anything else on that list you have that we've not covered?
We've actually covered quite a bit of it. I got Horizons questions, gameplay mechanics. We can talk about the gameplay mechanics if you want.
Yeah, I think it's the best of the series. Yeah,
I think I will agree with you on that. I actually think that like the Zoc, the Zoc is a really good feature, as well as bringing back basically like Brave Orders as command shards, shard commands, whatever you want to call it. But like, here's like the thing with the game, right? If you're playing on like easy or normal, it feels like you don't get to engage with the mechanics as much. For me, who was playing on hard, I felt like if I didn't like use Zoc out on the field or during battle, I felt like I was gonna get my ass kicked. Because like when you're in the Grim Garden, the monsters, like as you get higher, they do get harder, and like they get more bulkier and stuff. So if I didn't like engage with Zoc or like the shard commands or stuff like that, I would have definitely not have done what I did. Because I felt like as I was playing, I was doing a lot of those matches very strategically with the shard commands and everything. Like I would sometimes just use the shard commands to give me CP or just give my health. I didn't even care about like the thing about like the buffs they give me, but like that's still like a valid way to use them. We finally saw what Kuragane looked like. What did you think, Chris? I didn't really care about Kuragane, to be honest. He was cooler when he had the mask on.
Yeah, like I was talking about the system itself. Yeah, it takes all the best elements of the series. Like it takes the quartz system. I like how they separated the arts, because the problem with the Cold Steel one is that all the arts are tied into the quartzes, so you have to use certain quartz to get certain spells. But this, they're all separated. So it kind of took also the shard system as well, from like the, from the first set of games, the Sky games, because instead this time, rather than have arts, of elemental points, it's now shard skills, because obviously the arts have been separated with the drivers now, haven't they? Yeah. So I think over time, I think they progressively got better in terms of the battle systems. I think this is the best one they've ever done, because it's a mixture of all the best.
Oh yeah.
Systems in all the games.
It makes you think how they improve upon it in Horizons 2. Like, what could they do to make it better? Give the enemy 5 turns in a row.
Oh god. hang on a minute. It wasn't that hard.
Oh, there we go. Alex said something. I mean, ASO has someone to face equals Aaron the Tyrant, Fairy the Masked Female Warrior, Catra, Latoya Hamilton, Judith, Nina, and Dominique, and Van, Elaine, Renee. I mean, that's true. Except for Brigard. Who does Brigard face?
It is an interesting thing that Alex said.
Well, I guess you could say Brigard isn't technically with Arkwright Solutions. He's just helping them out. But you can say the same thing for Judith as well.
Yeah, so like I said here, that's an interesting thing you said. Like, say, has someone to face equals Aaron equals the Tyrant. Fairy is the masked female warrior. Catra is Latoya Hamilton. Yeah, Judith is Nina, Dominique, and Van and Elaine equals Renee. Yeah, they all have their own kind of like ties to each other. Yeah.
If they're going back to DB1, will Zoc even exist? I guess not really. Unless maybe. Go ahead, DP.
That one there is the most interesting one. That, like I said, Van and Elaine equals Renee, because Elaine, she's like kind of a. What would I describe it? She's a paladin. Would you say like kind of paladin type character, like a fighting stance. Kind of like a white warrior or something, Van is a darkness. He's the opposite, He's like, demon lord, time, darkness.
They come together and then beat Renee.
And then what's Renee? He's a white Grendel. He's like a combination of the two.
Insanity.
Mad. Yeah, that's an interesting take. That's good.
It is a good thing, but I don't know who Brigard would face. Maybe Brigard would face Nina, actually. Like, Judith would fight Dominique, but maybe Brigard would face Nina.
Probably the entire section. Like, you got Solis and Rion, haven't you, as well? Like I said, Dominions. Because you remember he was the former leader of the Dominion, wasn't he? Like I said, the church.
Yeah, but, yeah. Would he have to fight them? Oh, that would be horrible. Oh, my gosh. But yeah, gameplay mechanic wise, it is really good how good Horizons is. And if they do go back in time, I'm sure they'll do some BS thing to make it so you keep all the mechanics and everything.
Gotham Legendary Stories, yeah, like Knights of Asteria. Yep.
Something else I noticed with Elaine is some of her skills are related to King Arthur and some legendary stories, or just because she reminds me of Saber. Knights of Arcadia. You see?
It's just.
I do see. I have glasses.
She changes it. It used to be Asteria. Now it's Arcadia. You notice that she switched it up in Horizon.
Because it's a newer move, right? It does more. Is it not? Is it not?
Arcadia. Yeah.
Gaius will be in Horizon 2. I think the same as well. I think the same as well, Alex. I think he will be in Horizons 2. They did talk about him a whole lot in Horizon, so it would only make sense.
Could help him, yeah.
That's why I think Gaius, Millium, and Reese will definitely be in Horizons 2.
And I think you can kind of also predict the ending of the series as well, because if you notice, every single arc of the series represents each element of the Septurion. You know, like you've got Sky, which is obviously space, and you've got Mirage, which is Crossbell, Earth and Fire, Cold Steel, yeah, and then you have Time, which is the Calvadark. So what's left now? Water and Wind. So I think something to do with wind will probably happen somewhere in the place we haven't been to, maybe some north, maybe North Highlands from Referia, maybe. Then you've got water, maybe in the far east of the region, which we've not seen yet. So we could end up going there in another arc. So there's going to be 2 arcs at least, because one about the wind Septurion and one about the water Septurion. Yeah, so there's going to be 2 of them at least. Yeah, because they're the 2 that's left.
Well, they'll probably be in the final arc.
Maybe, or there could be 2 separate arcs, because each arc has had its own element so far. Yeah, so...
Didn't he say there's going to be one more game after Horizon 2? For the Calvert arc. Then they're going to start the final arc. Crimson.
Yeah, because Calvert arc is all about time. Kuro means chrono. Yeah, so it's all about time.
Kuro means chrono. It does. Just like Ai means blue.
It's like Cold Steel. There's no coincidence. Cold Steel is fire and earth. Yeah, it's no coincidence.
And Sky is sky.
Space. Yeah.
Space.
So, yeah. Oh, yeah. Sky. And then obviously, Crossbell is Mirage, because obviously, Mirabelle tried to recreate the Septurion and Mirage through Kia. And obviously, Zeit is its guardian. Yeah, Zeit is the guardian of the Septurion and Mirage. So Crossbell is all about Mirage.
I need a little sugar. I'm getting a little sleepy. This is empty.
It's like, I had a nap before this, that's why I'm awake.
I was up till 3 a.m. last night.
Oh, naughty Chris.
Judy was playing Cold Steel 2. He stopped right before the Vito Crow fight.
And that's right, Crimson, yes, Sora no Kiseki, which is the Japanese translation of Sky, which means, yeah, Sky. Sora is Sky. Yeah.
No, Sora means Sora from Tokyo Xanadu. Come on.
Well, look, she has the wind element, doesn't she?
Exactly. Preach it. Sora wa miyagete.
The clever little buggers Japanese, they are, with all these cryptic names that can hide behind all that stuff.
So do you have any other crazy theories you want to share about Horizon, what we haven't talked about?
Crazy theories about Horizon. I think we've covered a lot of the basis, though. I think one of the crazy theories outside of Horizon, like I say, is the one thing that fascinates me the most, and I research a lot of, is McBurn. I'm just fascinated by that guy.
Yeah, he's not
where he came from. Yeah, well, that's one of the things. But I want to know what happened when he came to Zemuri, because he came around the time when Epstein died. How did he came, to be his human form? Because obviously he was never humanoid. He was his demon lord form, wherever he came from the beyond. So how did he mix with his humanoid form? Because he always said, he mixed with somebody. Because when he asked Reen in Cold Steel 2, are you mixed?
What are you eating? Chocolate.
Yeah. So yeah. So it's like
from
he
the
says
game
all
show
of me.
mini game. He was a human, but got hit with something from the outside. Could I just share my crazy theory ever since I started playing Tokyo Xanadu? And I've also said this theory with you.
It seems like he was a human that was hit by the demon lord form, and he merged with him. Yeah.
Yeah, he merged with Nayuta.
Yeah. He did kind of say, but he was very subtle about it, wasn't he? Because he's not going to say, how he became mixed,
You mixed? You mixed, bro? That was such a funny line. So I have a crazy theory ever since I started playing Xanadu, and I'm probably wrong, but I kind of want to say it. But I have a feeling that all of Zemuria is just a video game. and essentially like it's in the world of like
Chris.
Tokyo Xanadu. Listen, there's so I don't know if it's because there's so many references, but it just feels like it literally feels like there's so many connections because there's like those creatures in the eclipse. There's the Toa thing. There's like so many terminologies like Orion books.
Interdimensional being. Yeah.
Like they're gonna pull like a Star Ocean where they're gonna like say everything's a game.
It's not. It's DLC. Yeah, of course it is DLC.
This isn't DDLC. No, that means Doki Doki Literature Club.
What is it? Oh, I thought that was a typo.
That's like another. That's like another thing. Like I've never played it, but like the gimmick is like one of the girls is like. Wait, do you care for spoilers for that?
I don't care. Yeah, I'm good.
There's like one of the girls is like she knows it's a game, and she's like, no, she's a computer program. So she like does like weird things like crashes your game. It does like what Undertale did, like stuff like that. But I don't mean like that. I just mean like in the universe of the game, like it's a game, and they're gonna like find out or something. I don't know. But that's what I personally think. Maybe I'm just Tokyo Xanadu pilled now because I'm like so locked into that game because I love it so much. But like that's what I genuinely think. Any other theories? No, I can't really think of any other theories off the top of my head. Well, the world Sora goes at the end of Kingdom Hearts 3 is a video game. Oh, actually, does anyone in chat have any theories that they want to mention that we could talk about? Anything that you guys think about Horizons? Anything Trails related?
The world that Sora goes to end of Kingdom Hearts 3 is a video game. Really?
Yeah, he goes to like this game called Verum Rex or something. It was like in the Toy Story world. I don't know the game. It's weird stuff.
It's weird because it looks like he's on like Earth, doesn't it? Like in real life, doesn't it? At the end, you know.
It does, yeah.
He's like an
apparently, it's a video game called Verum Rex. Maybe our life is just Verum Rex. Wah, wah, wah. Yeah, he looks like he's in Japan.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Nihon. I think there was like that little trailer of Kingdom Hearts 4 that also looks like it. Like, kind of looks like it's in like the real world. Or maybe the whole continent is in some kind of simulation or terrarium, and only some individuals are aware of it and can interact with everything beyond the veil of reality. That's a possibility. Yeah. That's like something I think about with playing like Tokyo Xanadu. It's kind of crazy. Like, I mean, I understand like the Trails references and stuff and the Yeast references and everything, but like it just kind of goes a little crazy with like how things are named and like how many references.
True. I also read a theory once about how the Grandmaster, created Zemuria. Apparently, she took like parts of Nayuta's world and created Zemuria through that. So you see the world of Zemuria. Apparently, it was transferred, and then she crafted Zemuria, the modern Zemuria, through that model of Nayuta's world. Yeah.
Ooh, that's an interesting theory. He knows to look at Campanella. He knows much more. Bird tunes since he got his memories back. Yeah, something's definitely like sus with them. Why would they need to erase his memories in the first place? Do they think Big Burn would like blab? But Chris, the KH4 trailer takes place in Quadratum, that place where because he woke up with that girl. It's been so long since I watched that Kingdom Hearts 4 trailer, so I don't really remember it exactly. But yeah, I generally do think that like it's gonna be like I don't want them to pull it, but they might with like. I think I'm just overthinking it. I'm just overthinking it personally. But let me just put the record straight. If they do that, remember that KisekiChris and Dark Phoenix called it first. Right, Dark Phoenix?
No. But yeah, it's crazy. This whole story is just one mind fuck after another.
Next time you do something like this, I'll join you. The typing kills me. But I like reading your messages. The question is, who's the 8th Divine Blade, since we have seen Yun Confai, Cassius, Richard, Arios, Reen, Annalise, Shizuna. Who's the 8th? Well, Annalise is the Divine Blade.
It's me.
It's me and DP. We're the last two. Yeah, no, Annalise isn't a Divine Blade. She was just trained by Richard. I have so much more to contribute, but I'm tired of this typing. Just turn on text-to-speech. I don't think that's a thing on Twitch, sadly. I should just turn on... Well, then you still have to type it out. That's 9, you idiot. No, I'm saying Annalise is not one of them.
Yes.
Do you think Annalise is one of the Divine Blades?
Oh yeah, because because there's 8. Yeah, Yunka, Cassius. They've all been trained in the 8 Leaves One Blade style. Yeah.
Well, Annalise was never trained by Yunka Fi. She was only trained by Richard a little bit.
Is that true?
Yes. I was talking about this with George the other day. Annalise is not a Divine Blade. Well, let me just check on the wiki just to be safe.
Yeah, because and the Divine Blades have to be directly kind of trained by Yunka Fi. Yeah, so you could be right. Yeah,
nothing on here says she's the granddaughter of Yunka Fi, but she wasn't trained by him.
You see, that's what made me think she was trained by him, because they're related. Yeah. Oh, okay, that's interesting.
Yeah. Also, you could even go far as to say that you could say Yunka Fi is a Divine Blade because he's like the master of them, but you couldn't count him either. So essentially, you could say we were missing 3 of them, if you don't count Yunka Fi as part of them and only as the master.
Nastra makes a point though. Wasn't Aurelia trained in the ways of 8 Leaves One Blade?
Aurelia? Isn't that that's Kurt's mom, right? Or is that Le Guin?
No, Aurelia is I think Le Guin. You talk about Aurelia Le Guin.
I don't think she's a Divine Blade either. I'm looking at the no, I don't want to go to Thor's. Well, I do want to go to Thor's, but not like that. Oh yeah, I forgot she was related to Ellie. That's funny.
Well, be.
No, yeah, she's just the Golden Rakshasa, but she was never made a Divine Blade.
That's what made me think, why she was a Divine Blade, at least, because the blood related.
It says that Annalise is a highly skilled practitioner of the 8 Leaves One Blade School and the granddaughter of its founder, Yunka Fi, but that doesn't say she's a Divine Blade. That doesn't mean she's a Divine Blade.
I find it very hard to believe, though, that the granddaughter of the McDaddy of that style didn't train her directly. That's crazy.
That is yeah. It was said in 3rd that she was never trained.
Yeah. Unless she might have started training, and then obviously Richard might have continued it with her.
For the knowledge that we know that she's not a Divine Blade. I can check though the story.
He really was recognized as Divine. Yeah. So there's your 9th. Well, there's your 8th then. That's true.
Yeah, it just says Cassius has her trained with Alan Richard.
Yeah, so see Crimson though, it's interesting because it's Cassius, Arius, Rena, they're all directly trained, by Yunka Fi, and it's interesting at least she's not mentioned though, yeah.
I still count that as Annalise as an 8 Leaf 1 Blade user, but she's not though. Wika says there are only 4 known Divine Blades, which are Cassius, Arius, Reed, and Shizuna. Yes. Actually, you could technically say Alan's not a Divine Blade, but I would say Alan is a Divine Blade. There was a battle where you assisted Aurelia while fighting Arianrod, and after the fight, Aurelia was recognized as a Divine Blade.
Because Cassius taught Richard, didn't he? Yeah.
Yes, Cassius did teach Richard. I don't think technically Yunka Fi ever trained Richard either. Because Cassius taught Richard, and Richard taught Annalise. She is an 8. Right, they are 8 Leaf 1 Blade users, but they're not Divine Blades. I don't think Divine Blades means you have to know that. I might be wrong about this, but
yeah.
Do you have to know the 8 Leaves 1 Blade style to be a Divine Blade, or do you just get recognized for having a strong sword? Well,
it could be, but I guess
Victor Arsade's not a Divine Blade.
Yeah. Because those 4 people have one thing in common. They're all directly, trained by Yunka Fi.
He's the Radiant Blade Master. So maybe I'm probably wrong about that. Maybe you do have to do that. But that doesn't mean if you know the style, you're automatically a 8 Leaf 1 Blade user. And the style Shina uses based off of Yun-Kai style. Shizuna uses the Black God 1 style blade. Shizuna doesn't use it. Wait, what?
But didn't Yun-Kai teach her that though?
Yeah, Yun-Kai taught her that. She mentions that in Horizons Crimson. She should have been appointed as a Divine Blade off screen. Who, Annalise or Le Guin? I would definitely say Le Guin definitely deserves to be a Divine Blade.
I mean, yeah. She can wield a sword that's twice the size.
Listen, anytime she's available as a playable character, you know I'm using her.
Oh, sure. She uses it. Yeah, I think the point Crimson's trying to make is she doesn't directly use 8 One Blade. She uses the Black God One Blade style. Right. I get it, yeah.
Divine Blade is reserved for protections of the 8 Bleeds One Blade style, yes. So Annalise could be a one in the future, but at the moment she's not. Same with Richard, I guess.
But doesn't it matter though if you're the 8 Leads One Blade or the Black God One Blade style? Does it not matter? Are you still not a Divine Blade regardless? No.
Who knows? I think Yun-Kai just made the rules however the way he wanted.
Yeah, or is it just specifically to those who know and were directly taught by him, by Yun-Kai, the 8 Leads One Blade style? I don't know.
Was Arios taught by him?
I think so, yeah.
So Arios was taught by him, Cassius was taught by him, Rin was taught by him, and Shizuna was taught by him. Accept my Discord request. What are you talking about, your Discord request? Okay, I accepted your Discord request.
Yeah. Alright.
Are you... Wait, what?
No, I won't!
Yo, it's so weird. When I go to accept your friend request, it says... This may be someone you don't know. You don't share any mutual friends or small mutual servers with them, but you're literally in my Discord server. What is wrong with your Discord account? Your Discord account is very weird. I'm not sure if you know DP, but for like the past week, Alex's Discord account keeps putting him as like a spammer.
Yeah, I saw it. Yeah, it's weird. It's cursed. Hope you're not got a virus, Alex.
Points at the sign. You literally just had not officially recognized Divine Blade, so she's not a Divine Blade. You just answered the question. Did you have to send me that? Did you have to send me that friend request to send me that message? Why does it say we're in no? This is so weird, Alex. Your account is really sus. What? It says we're in no servers in common. What's wrong with your account?
Yeah, I think that's right, Astron. Yeah, I think you're on something there, man. That's poor. What
Who says that Kafai gives someone the title of Divine Blade? Well, I mean, Cassius gave it to Rin, right?
Yeah, but I think he did. But didn't he give that through Yun-Kai?
Oh, yeah, you're right. You're right. That was true. Don't question it. Read the rest of the information. Annalise is not officially recognized Divine Blade in the Trail series as occurring games, though she is highly skilled practitioner of the 8 Leads One Blade School and the granddaughter of founder Yun-Kai. She is a senior practitioner who received her sword from Cassius Bright. While she utilizes the 8 Bleeds One Blade style, she has not reached the pinnacle of mastery required for the Divine Blade, like a status achieved by characters like Cassius, Arios, and Rin. Potential. Many fans speculate of her potential, but she is currently portrayed as a skilled growing fighter rather than an invincible master. Background. Annalise is known for specializing in the faster, chaotic, or piercing techniques often associated with the sixth form Scarlet Sky. She remains a capable user of the style and has not officially attained the rank, often serving in supporting roles rather than being the central named Divine Blade. Yeah, so she's not a Divine Blade. That's literally what that information just said. It literally says that many times she has not reached the point of pinnacle of mastery for requiring to be a Divine Blade. She's not officially recognized as a Divine Blade. And she often serves as a supporting role rather than being a central named Divine Blade. So she is not a Divine Blade.
This is argument time.
silly Alex. I count that as she. Who cares if you're a Divine Blade user? Alex, we were literally talking about Divine Blades, not 8-Leaf One Blade users. She is an 8-Leaf One Blade user. She is not a Divine Blade.
Nastron versus Chris fights.
This is Alex, not Nastron.
Alright, because I thought you were reading Nastron's comment, weren't you?
No, Alex is DMing me on Discord all this information.
Alright, I'm fucking tripping.
Who says that Kafai gives... Oh, I already read that. What was your thing? Did I get your thing wrong? Let me see. I'm gonna scroll up real quick. No, yeah, you said. Yeah, so you literally said in your comment, the question is who's the 8th Divine Blade since we have seen, and you named Annalise in there. So what are you saying? Don't trust Alex. His account is sus. His account is sus. It's saying we're not in any common servers. I don't know if I can trust this account. Look here. I'm sure that this is the battle after which Aurelia becomes acknowledged as a Divine Blade. But the thing is, Nastrid, and we just read this online, but you cannot be a Divine Blade unless you are trained in the 8-leaf 1-blade style, and I do not think Le Guin is trained in that. She is the Golden Rakshasa. She's probably on par with a Divine Blade, but she's not considered a Divine Blade. Who says that? Literally the Wikia.
Who says that? Ah, okay. That's true. Who does say that? Yeah. Hey, where did you read that, Chris? Yeah.
I think on the Wikia. Let me just double check that.
You can't always trust wikis though, Chris, because sometimes it has inaccurate information.
It's the official Trails wiki though. This one's pretty good from what I've read.
Yeah, you still got to question it though. Who says that? Who makes law? Wikipedia. Law. Is it caps? Yeah.
Yeah, Divine Blade is a title award to those who have mastered a form of the 8 Leaves 1 Blade school. So basically, you know how each one basically has their own specialty. Basically, Cassius is with Helix, Arios is with Gale, Reen is with Void, and Shizuna is with the Secret Zeroth form. So basically, you have to master a form of the 8 Leaves 1 Blade. I don't think Le Guin knows the 8 Leaves 1 Blade style, right? Wikipedia? No, it's the Kiseki Wikia. Do you not know the Kiseki Wikia? Okay, listen very closely. I'm not sus. If you want to point fingers and pin the blame on someone, it's Discord. Alex, I know you're not sus. I'm just teasing you. But it is very funny. It is very funny, though. You have to admit it is very funny.
Yeah, the point I was just trying to make, though, I think, is you don't have to be trained to be Divine Blade, because I don't think, like I said, Aurelia was trained, but she was still given that title in Cold Steel 3. Yeah.
All right, let me see the cutscene that you're talking about. Let me actually watch this. And you didn't even put the. I have to scroll through this 53-minute video just to find it. Are you serious, Nest? Is it like after the battle with Arianrod?
It's like he puts the entire 1-hour clip.
Bro, you know there's timestamps in YouTube videos, right? You could have timestamped it where it was.
Oh, that's funny.
I'm gonna commit. Where is it? Tell me where in the video it is.
Chris was expecting a 5-second clip where she actually says it, but no.
It's just a fight. She got acknowledged way later. Wait, so it's not even in this 53-minute video you sent me? So then how am I supposed to believe you?
What?
Okay, let us according to Trails, the Wikia that people have made, to be a Divine Blade, you need to master a form of the 8 Leaves 1 Blade style. Aurelia Le Guin does not know the 8 Leaves 1 Blade style, so does that mean she is not a Divine Blade? She is probably as strong as a Divine Blade. I can see her big on par with Reen, and definitely Cassius and all of them, but she is not a Divine Blade. She is the Golden Rakshasa. That is her title. According to the Wikia. According to the information from the games.
Yeah.
I repeat, if you promise to join from time to time, I'll stream CS3 and we can find out. Well, when I get to CS3 on my nightmare run, then we'll see. Read my last post. If you promise to join...
I'm reading theories here saying that she's not a Divine Blade, so what the fuck?
It's just a fight. She got acknowledged way later. Who acknowledged her? Who was the one who acknowledged her? Tell me. Tell me who it was. Because I do not remember her and Cassie... DP, I swear to God. Was it Cassius? Was it Reen? Actually, no, it couldn't have been Reen because he wasn't a Divine Blade yet.
You said reading last post, Chris. Yeah.
Which one? It's just a fight. She got acknowledged way later. The news. How am I supposed to remember? What are you yapping about? What are you guys yapping about? You guys are yappers. Maybe even Mishi. I don't even know if I can believe you anymore, Nastrin.
Yeah, I think trying to fuck with Chris. I think just trying to fuck with you.
I think you're just trying to. Yeah, you're trying to mess with me. I think the stream has evolved to this. I can't believe it.
I know from the trails theory building to talking about divine blades for like half an hour.
Okay, so I'm gonna commit. So Anna, so not even Alan is a divine blade.
Michette's a divine blade.
Yo, it has to be Mashi from Calvert Arc. Mashi is the divine blade.
Oh God, the divine blade of cats.
Not the divine blade of cats.
No.
Oh, all right. I think we've been derailed a lot. Shall we just? Is there anything else you wanna talk, or shall we wrap up by talking about one more topic?
Not anything specific. I can't mention all the stuff that I wanted to say because I've got so many other things to talk about, Chris. But it's here forever, man.
You can talk about them if you want to. You're welcome to. That's what this is for.
I mean, we could do another one where we talk about more stuff because it's just a lot of stuff.
Is it getting late by you? Are you getting sleepy?
It's not that as well, because it's just a lot of shit, man. It'll be all fucking night. If there's anything else you want to talk about, feel free, mate.
Not really, because I feel like I kind of covered everything based off of Horizons. But we can always do another one for sure.
Yeah, just talk to Alex Nash about Divine Blade.
No, I'm done. I'm done with that conversation. I just want one more thing I want to hit upon before we end. I just want to talk about the ending. The ending of the game. I know we kind of hit upon it a few times, but I want to get like definitive on the ending. The ending is literally probably one of the greatest endings I've seen in media. And I mean, I don't really watch a lot of things. Honestly, I don't watch much TV or anime. But like the cliffhanger ending is literally so insane and so crazy that like, wow. And it's just like I did not honestly expect things to be like that, because we've gone through 2 games of Calvard where like, things have been really good and everything. Like, the first game wrapped up really nicely. The second game wrapped up really nicely. Obviously, everyone kept telling me, "Oh, I can't wait for Horizons 2. It's gonna be so great. It's gonna be good." And so, like, obviously, to me, I always thought that maybe, hey, it's probably gonna be a cliffhanger ending, possibly. So it's probably gonna be something to wait on. So when I played it, I'm like, all right, I'm very excited for this game. It's gonna be great. Getting ready for the ending, I'm like, I don't know what to expect, but I'm ready for it. And, as we go through the game, you figure it's something to do with time travel or something like that. So I thought maybe we'd have to go back in time, but not at the cost we had to suffer.
Yeah,
not at the cost. At what cost?
I kind of predicted what would happen in terms of the Grand Reset. I knew that was inevitable. That was going to happen, but not the exact events of how it played out. In the ending, like the whole thing with, Anya's turning into this like kind of massive angel. I know she had something kind of to do with the Grand Reset, but not in that particular way. It was quite crazy though. And the world ending itself, you would have thought, that they could have stopped it somewhere, but they didn't. They failed. They couldn't do it.
Sky FC to DB2 is skippable. Enjoy your Horizon. What are you saying? That's what are you talking about? Alex said zip it.
Yeah, play Horizon with it, Daybreak 2. Yeah, what's the time paradox? What's octogenesis?
What the heck? Who is this really? Why am I playing as this guy who's not Van? Why does this guy look like an onion?
Yeah.
Okay, but yeah, I was honestly just blown away by the ending, and like it was just like magical, and like the song was just like, it was just enchanting for like what was happening. I just couldn't believe it. I just really just couldn't believe like that's how the game ends, and now like we're finally caught up. I'm finally caught up like you are. So like I just really need the next game like really badly. I honestly I think about this game like every single day.
What made that ending so that made me cannot recover from it for a while. It's the OST that plays. It's called Megami no Uta. It's a really good OST.
Oh yeah.
And it just adds to the sadness of that ending. It just sticks in your head for a long time, and just everything, just all that stuff that happened in that 5 minutes. The world disappearing and just becoming an angel of time or whatever you want to say, causing the Grand Reset, then failing to destroy Lundgren's chest. It's just wow. a lot of shit happened in that kind of like 20 minutes, half an hour. Like fucking hell.
it was really crazy. It was just like it was definitely one of those Trails classic. You play through a whole game, but it was a little different this time because like when you play through like FC or Cold Steel 1 or Cold Steel 3, like it feels like you play through a whole game and then like it leads you off and it makes you feel like you played through nothing. Horizons is a little different in that aspect where it feels like you're solving this big mystery of what's going on, and then when you finally solve the mystery, it doesn't matter. Nothing matters. Right. You lost. It's over. The world is being reset. You lost on yes. It's all over.
I think that's it, and that's like what Crimson said. I think that's why a lot of people theorize that it would start at the beginning of Daybreak 1 because
that's what I think.
You see all the flashbacks from all from Daybreak to all the way to that point. Yeah.
So it can start in two places: Daybreak 1 or Horizons. That's where those are the only two places that make sense to me. But I don't know, maybe there's something else cooking that they're going to be doing. But I do think it'll be. I personally think it's Daybreak 1. What do you think? Do you think it'll be Daybreak 1 or Horizons? Or something different?
I'm not quite sure. I'm on the fence a bit. Like I said, I think it'll be a bit further on than that. But, I mean, the ending suggests, like, what everyone's saying, Daybreak, could be Daybreak 1, because of the flashback what Crimson just mentioned as well. The whole thing, Anya's disappearing before she meets Van for the first time.
That's why I think it'd be cool if, like, Van opens the door, like, he hears the knock, opens the door, no one's there, the Genesis just falls to the ground. Van picks it up. Right, he remembers everything. Yeah. Crazy start. I don't even know how this game's gonna start. How will this game start? Oh, but yeah, ending. You really like the ending too.
I think it'll start with whatever the timeline was reset to.
You say reset?
Yeah. Come on, man. Yeah. They might do a recap. They might do see, that's interesting. What would the prologue be in Daybreak? Because the way it ended, Daybreak 1, it'd be a very interesting prologue. Would it be Van back in Edith again? If it does go back to that point, where he's in his office again, all alone before he meets the Archive Solutions crews again.
That's what I think. But I don't. Maybe they'll. How did Cold Steel 2 open? Did the Cold Steel 2 have a prologue, or did it just start with Act 1?
No, it had a prologue. It was set in when he wakes up in Ymir, in the mountains.
Okay, and then Act 1 starts when you start like getting Class 7 together.
Yeah, because the prologue ends basically when you meet Rufus for the first time again, back on the airship when you find out he's a dodgy guy, Because the whole prologue of CS2 is based in Ymir, isn't it? Him facing that magical night, and then him coming back to Ymir again, isn't it? Yeah.
Reset is interesting since we know a lot about her. We do. I think Reset's very interesting as well. Remember when Kuma shoots everyone off? What if it's like that's how Horizon 2 starts? I see what you're saying, but like if the world is going back like to the beginning of Daybreak 1, everyone's already going to be separated. They're not going to be together. So here's what I think. I think it's going to kind of like emulate Cold Steel 2 in the sense of it's going to start with the beginning of like Van by himself and trying to figure things out. Act 1 will be getting the Archive Solutions back together. Act 2, figuring out how to get Agnes back and stuff like that. And maybe Act 3, like reading and stuff going on there.
So you just have to it's not been 2 years, it's only been a year. It's not even been a year.
Yeah, it's only been a year. Agnes isn't making time go back that far. Only like a year.
Yeah, because like I said, Daybreak 1 starts around mid 1208, I think, and then obviously Daybreak, Horizons are like mid, around middle of 1209, yeah, July, yeah, so just after, yeah.
So everyone has someone to face, but who does Reset and Burgard face? Reset will face,
that reminds me about Reset as well. Remember in Anchorville, she saw someone who looked like her as well. It probably might have been her
ancestor. Her mom. That's her mom. That's 100% her mom.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, because they looked at each other and thought, "Whoa, I look very familiar." They kind of got vibes going on, aren't they?
And like when she was eating the food at Chat Noir, it was like it felt like nostalgic to her.
Not just exactly. I think she's from Anchorville from another timeline, but
I agree.
Something happened to her.
That's why we love Anchorville. Anchorville's the best place in Calvert. 100% agree.
So who knows? Rosette and Judith might have known each other in the timeline, in a different way. Who knows?
Reset faces Mariabelle, Kasim's girlfriend? I don't see that happening. Maybe Reset would fight like Thorndyke. It's like Marduk or something in general.
That guy is sus. That guy got literal snake eyes, Snake Boy.
He was also sus at the end of the game because he was also double crossing the president. As well as
trust me,
Renee was.
Yeah. Thorndyke is very interesting because, like I said, I think he was
Snake Boy.
he was the founder of he was the founder of Marduk, wasn't he? Yeah.
I think so.
So he has a lot to do with Reset being developed, the technology. So he's got a bit of an interesting background too. Yeah.
I just remember something from CS4. Remember when the Tragic Sun started playing during the wrong end, just right before the airships moved in a different direction than everything else? Strange, right?
That's another reason why Reen and Crow could see differently through the telescope as well, because they'd already witnessed going into space. And I think the non-canon ending of Cold Steel 4, when they go into space, happened in another timeline. That's why I think it actually happened in another timeline instead of them facing Ishmael and defeating him. That's why Ishmael reappears at the end of Horizon again.
Timeline / reality, yeah. That's different from like the time travel. Yeah. So many time shenanigans, but like, I agree with that.
Exactly. I just think Ishmael reappeared again at the end of Horizon,
Because Elysium was like, haha.
No.
Because when they use the replica, they show it from 50 years into the future, and it affects Reset. Like, it triggered something in her. Oh, yeah. Well, I think it was, like, the PTSD, probably. Because I assume her future was, like, very, like, apocalyptic. Like, there was probably, like, not many humans left, and there's probably those, like, mechanical creatures all around. Like, the freaking... I can't believe they brought nanomachines in. Nanomachines in Trails? That's crazy.
Well, yeah, that's it. Because remember when she came up against the Executor machine, that she always felt weird vibes off it, didn't she?
Yeah.
Of that giant machine.
Probably the PTSD from finding those things in the past, or maybe they like killed her family or something. They probably killed her family, and her family, as a last resort, sent her into the past.
You know what?
To change things.
I wonder if it was an Executor that basically did that to her. Because remember when they found Reset, she had all of her limbs almost gone. She was just a head and a torso, essentially, in that show. Yeah, so I wonder if an Executor destroyed her. Like, so she probably, like, there's some horrible things to her. Can't be too graphic, you get the idea. Yeah, but that's it. And they kind of preserved her body, they saved her life, and then she got transported into another dimension because obviously, because she existed in 1259. But yet here she is in this timeline appearing in 1209.
Are they trying to imply in Horizon the bad ending of CS4 is what they use in Horizon? So my thought process on that is the Septarian of Time probably sees like all these time shifts, like all these alternate realities and stuff, and that's probably like what happens. So so basically both of the endings are the real endings in a sense. At least to the chest, because it sees all. The true timeline is the true ending, obviously, but to the chest, it sees all, which is why it's able to do that, which is why Reed and Crow are able to see up, because they know. I asked Gemini to point to me a scene where Aurelie got declared as a divine blade, and it threw in a 21-hour plus video.
Yes.
21 plus hour video.
21 hours? What the bloody hell is that of? Is it just like someone's playthrough?
When I have the link, if you can timestamp to me the point where I hear it, then I will watch it, but I am not doing it myself.
Why do you want to...
You can't even upload a 21 plus video. Is it on YouTube? Because you can only, you can only do 12 hours on YouTube.
That's mad.
That's insane, actually.
That means I'd have to split my... if I was to upload that on YouTube, I'd have to split it then, because that video will be like 16 hours long.
Yeah, I had to like cut the first 15 minutes of my my Horizon stream because it was 14 minutes over.
Wow, is it over 12 hours you streamed?
Yep. Yeah.
That's mad.
Yeah, it was. But yeah, I think that basically, I think that covers everything that I wanted to. Oh, you wait. I'll find it, clip it, and wrap it in your face. I don't think it's gonna happen.
Nashran's probably right. If he's pretty adamant that they mention it, like it probably is the case. But I don't remember it myself. But but we'll see. Yeah.
Alex says that he has faith that Annalise will be a divine blade. I agree. I think Annalise will, and Alan Richards too. I think they'll both be divine blades. Like maybe it'd be cool if like in Horizons 2. It probably won't be like the main focus. Maybe the Horizons 2, but maybe like the final game of the Calvert arc. Richards and Annalise is there, and it's gonna be like Annalise's trial to becoming a divine blade.
Okay,
That'd
so
be
Horizons
cool.
2.
But it's on
That's interesting.
YouTube. Are you serious? This is 21 hours.
It's interesting. That's interesting what Criddon says. Like, so okay, Horizon 2, Van has to go and search for everyone. Who does he find first?
How is it? Because it must be because he's like a partner with YouTube. Maybe that's why.
That's a good question that comes up, because basically, if you're looking, if you see how he meets everybody in Horizon, I mean in Daybreak 1, he meets Ferry because she comes to him, because he doesn't meet Ferry in an actual new place. She comes to him in Edith, doesn't she? Yeah, because she wants to investigate Ida's situation, doesn't she? Yeah, interesting. Because I know we meet her in Lackport, don't we? Rosette, we meet her in Tharbad. We meet Quatra in Basel, don't we? The guy just comes up and just meets us in Edith, so we don't seek him out, he seeks us out. Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it? Who does he find first? Because a lot of the members come to him, don't they? Rather than him finding them in different places.
Sorry to interrupt. I'm just going to go use the bathroom real quick.
Yeah, sure.
I'll be right back.
Don't believe the Weasel Boy. Yeah, sure.
Entertain chat!
He meets her and he does, yeah. How it goes in Daybreak 1 is he meets Agnes first, doesn't he? Like, so she comes to him with the 4SPG to researching the first Genesis. Then Ferry comes forward in the first chapter, don't she? Because she finds his office. So he doesn't seek Ferry out, she seeks him out. Yeah, and then the first person we actually meet in another location is Aaron in Langport. Yeah, and then we meet Rosette in Tharbad, don't we? Then we meet Quatra in Basel. And then, who else? Judith, we meet her. She comes to us because she's kind of like throughout the game again, isn't she? Yeah, so she kind of comes to us sort of way. Begard, again, he seeks us out. So, yeah. So there's only a few characters that we actually seek out ourselves. Yeah. So that's the question, isn't it? Who does he find first? Who does he go for? Yeah. Is Derek Kutcher? I thought he was the same, Nashram, but I don't think they're the same. Yeah, this is last year. Yeah.
They are not the same. No, it's confirmed they're not the same.
Yeah.
Wasn't that Quatra just like it was like an imagination thing that Ren made to like help her stay sane.
That's it. That's what we're saying. We're just saying that who does he seek out first if it's the case in Horizon 2? Because like I said, some characters come to him, don't they? Agnes comes to him, Ferry comes to him, Begard seeks us out, doesn't he? Same with Judith. We only kind of meet Aaron in Langport, don't we? Meet Quatra in Basel, we meet Rosette in Tharbad, don't we? Yeah.
We'll probably get Judith first, yeah. Probably Judith first as a team member. And then
if he remembers, like say, if he does remember everybody, how does he seek out Ferry? Because she's from like a land that we haven't even seen yet. She's from a different place.
New area.
We haven't seen yet. Exactly. Yeah. Because her home is outside of Calvard. So
how long was it between the beginning of Daybreak 1 into when he meets Ferry? Was that like a month in the game?
I would say yeah, because
yeah.
Well, I don't think it'd be that long, wouldn't it? I would say a few weeks because she's in chapter 1, isn't she? Because she's like the very first one he recruits.
So it's very possible that Van will book it to get Ferry first, to maybe get to Cray.
But she comes to him though, so I don't know. It's like how is he going to seek her out? Does he know where she lives? How is he going to, or does she come to him again like before?
That's a possibility, yeah.
Yeah.
Her scenario, Ferry was his first customer. Actually, that was Agnes. Nice try.
Agnes technically was. She was the first recruit. Yeah, and then obviously Ferry was technically second. Yeah.
Her scenario was even in the demo. We don't count Agnes. Well, you know what? We don't count Aurelia as the Divine Blade either. So I guess that's what happens.
Well, if you're talking about this timeline, if she doesn't exist anymore, yeah, you could technically say that Ferry was the first customer now. Yeah, you could say that in this timeline.
Well, technically, it's not like the beginning of Daybreak is the beginning of Van's business, because he had his business a few years before that. Keep in mind, he helped Ren out. But in the sakes of Daybreak, then yes. Do you remember the Sunshine on Yes side quest? Yes, Alex. We actually did talk about it a little bit. I actually really like that side quest a lot because it's really cool, and it goes to show like the fact that Agnes from another loop, which we can definitely determine it's an Agnes from another loop, probably used her magic to somehow give the story of that Sunshine Agnes to this loop, and give the item to the Agnes that's currently in this loop from the previous one, which is really cool, and it makes a lot of sense when you know about the loop things. But at the time you're like, huh, what?
I mean, that could be a possibility, Crimson. Yeah, she could ask like her fee, because they're kind of like tied, aren't they? Yeah, because I think she knows what she.
You really want it, don't you? I'm ready when you are. Bring it on, buddy. I'm good. Boom.
So that's exactly why Ease versus Trails was brought into our time.
Bro, does that mean that we're gonna get the second one that's like in the Tokyo Xanadu, which is like with green and yeah? Can't wait for that.
But yeah, it will be interesting to see how the early events do play out in Horizon 2, because who does he recruit first if he remembers? Where does he go? How does he approach it,
Oh, you think Van will probably get Elaine with him too, actually? Like, he'll probably somehow get Lane along to join him.
Oh, yeah, because if she remembers everything that's happened in the previous timeline, yeah, for real.
So it'll probably be like, maybe the first party would be like Van, Judith, Elaine, and maybe Fairy?
Could be. Yeah, and also, like I said, if they've got the memories, they'll be wary of Renee as well and who he is. So they'll try to keep away from him as well. No.
Maybe Renee, maybe because Renee's a Grendel too, he'll be able to keep his memories as well.
Oh, exactly, yeah. Because I think Renee must have existed in other timelines, yeah.
It's a possibility. He did use that power at the end to like get other copies of him from other timelines, so yes. He's a very sussy man.
Hey.
Remember
Exactly.
you didn't haven't given the Witch's Medallion, just like Reen got the orb, so that would lead into the good ending? I gave her the Witch's Medallion in my copy. I gave it to her. I was like, this is an item only Agnes can equip, so I gave it to her like right away. Not that it mattered, because she wasn't in the party at the time, but she was still in the party in the garden. Because you got like the digital copy of her. And I'm sure if I do New Game Plus and I carry over all my stuff, she'll have the item. What if Van and Elaine is like how Reen is with Toval until he meets Emma and gets her? Well...
Sure.
I think Elaine would probably stay with Van. Like, maybe there'll be like points where she might like go to a different perspective.
Yeah. If they've got the memories, yeah, Elaine will definitely team up with Van because they'll be wanting to find out what the fuck Renee's been up to all this time. They're lying because they're best friends. What's going on?
Like, when did this happen? When did Renee become? That's probably like thinking about it. I would say because now that we know the Mare stuff because we looked it up, I would say Renee is like the biggest mystery now for Trails. Isn't Mare like Van's Emma? What? Like, what? What? You mean like in the sense of that like she knows like magic and stuff? And she can like use magic to cheat?
What do you mean like how like witch are familiars and stuff like that, you mean? Like
so we've established through looking at the keywords that apparently Mare is like a holy beast or something, or maybe she's like kind of like a holy beast, but she's like a manager of like the Septarian of Time, and she knows about like the Grand Reset and like the Vagrant system and stuff.
If that's the case, that means she's the Guardian. Then, if that's the case,
yeah, that's what I think. I think she's definitely the Guardian for sure. I mean, it's the only like I even thought that before we like looked up the terms because like it's like the only thing that makes sense in the regards of. It's kind of hard to explain, but it feels like it's the only thing that could logically make sense to me. Maybe other people got like better definitive evidence that I don't remember. Because Emma was a big part of keeping Reen's ogre form under control. Is Mare that for Van? I mean, Mare is the reason why Van can't go Grendel.
Right? Well, exactly, that's it. Yeah, so she regulates it, no? She controls it, right?
Yeah.
Because the Grendel activated through her, yeah.
Man, if only I didn't use the Grendel all this time in the garden, maybe the reset wouldn't have happened. Okay, but I feel like that doesn't count in my opinion since she's approaching at the tower, so you really didn't get it to her since that was a copy, not the actual Agnes. So again, it could lead into the good ending. So you're thinking if we give her that, it would lead to a good ending? I don't see how that would work, but it's a good thought process to have. I mean, it's just an accessory at the end of the day.
Yeah.
But
I think Yeah, because I think at some point in Horizon 2, we'll come back to that point where maybe the world would end, but something else like another event would occur that would prevent it. Because it's all gonna come full circle, and it's gonna lead us back to that point again somehow. Yeah.
The biggest question though is like, how the hell are we gonna be able to get up to space to beat the chest? That's the real question. Because like, here's my thought process: it's gonna be like Green, Crow, and Amelia. That's gonna like fight them in the space. Like they're gonna beat the ones. And I don't know. Maybe there's gonna be like a dungeon inside the chest, and there's like a thing inside the chest you have to fight. Like that's like the actual. That's the actual Septarian, and maybe like the chest is like just like an outer shell to protect it.
Maybe because remember, like we almost destroyed it in Horizon because they nuked it, didn't it? But obviously, it was brought back to life, wasn't it? By something, whatever it was.
Probably his own powers. Maybe because like as I said, like the actual Septarian time didn't die from that. Like that was just the outer shell, and he just used his time powers to reverse or that thing, so it never happened. Right. Real talk now, the world came to an end when Olivier blew into Fisherman Lloyd's ear on the pier at the Kingfisher Inn in Bose, right? No. That part was funny. Because it had a Lloyd in it, and we love Lloyd. Right, Alex? He's gonna be like, no. No! We hate Lloyd, actually!
Lloyd Bennings.
Lloyd Fisherman. The fishiest fisherman of all of the borough.
Yep. Get over that barrier, boy.
Get over that freaking guardian, boy.
Oh, barriers. Oh.
God, the barriers are crazy. The barriers are crazy. I'm going crazy. Sounds fishy to me. Sounds mishy to me.
Oh, God. It's a Whopper.
Oh, great. Now I'm hungry because you said Whopper. Now I'm thinking of Burger King.
Chicken. Yep. Rice and beans.
Anyone else in chat have any cool topics they want to talk about with Horizons or Trails in general? Any ideas? I pretty much ran out of things on my list. We basically covered everything. No. Yeah, any questions you guys want to talk about that do not have to do with Divine Blades?
God's sake.
I wish George was here. George would definitely clarify, and everyone listen to George because he's cool. There is so much more than type it, but I don't want to type. Sorry, you gotta type it. And to be honest, I feel like the final dungeon would be a CS3 dungeon with the ASO team, Arkwright Solutions. I just realized that means Arkwright Solutions Office team by facing the enemy that are related. It definitely feels like, so maybe like Van's team would try to fight like Renee. Reen's team would try to fight like the Zoa Gilstein in space, and Kevin's team would fight like not Nina. Kevin's team would fight. I don't know who Kevin's team would fight. Hamilton, the Vestiges. That's a tough one, because they're somehow gonna put Kevin and Reen in the game, but like so far we've only kind of been talking about like van centric things for Horizons 2. So I'm here to talk about Analyze the True Divine Blade. Thoughts? You're banned. I don't want to type. I'm sorry. Sorry, you don't want to type. You've been typing for a while. You've been here since the beginning, actually, Nastrid. You've been here for the full 6.5 hours. Holy crap. You were literally the first person to message in my stream.
All right. That's a long ass time.
It's been 7 hours.
6 and 7.
You said it at the same time as when I pressed the button. Were there any mentions about A&K, Richards, and Canone's business? There was mention to Alan Richards. So yes, they did mention that in Kevin's route. I think it was his route 1.
Richard and Canone.
Because it was when Nadia was like, I don't know why I remember this, but it was like Nadia was talking about how like Kevin's head was onion shaped, and he's like, well, actually, there's this other guy who's actually has head's actually more onion shaped in the Burl. So yes, there was mention to that in Nastrid. Kevin's route 1. I remember because I told George about it. I'm like, George, they talked about your character in the game. He's like, oh yeah,
Sticky Boy. Yeah.
The summer onion. True. I don't know why people call him an onion. He does not look like an onion. Alan looks more like an onion. Kevin, I don't think he looks like an onion.
I think Yeah, I think it's because of the whole green hair thing and the shape of it. I think, yeah.
R.A. Rufus Alberea. Or Reinford Elisa.
Oh.
Yo, solutions! Remember that Renee mentioned that he placed the Ocgenesis in superposition both existent and non-existent at once? Maybe that's a hint for why the chest wasn't really destroyed. So you think the chest wasn't actually destroyed because it was existent and non-existent at the same time? Ooh, that's interesting. Solutions, you're kind of cooking with that one. That's a possibility. Also, how the hell did Renee do that? Maybe
He's a Grendel after all.
So could Van do that?
I mean, he's a Grendel like him, so I wonder if he's actually got some kind of Time Lord powers like he has. I don't know, but yeah.
Just what are the
Interesting,
Grendels, really?
because like you say, it seems like the kind of the polar opposites, aren't they? Because obviously, you know, you would see Van as like the dark Grendel, and then obviously, you know, Renee is the white one, the light Grendel. Yeah.
Was it ever mentioned where Mayor Dalmor spent his time when he visited Calvard? Probably Tharbad, honestly. But no, they never mentioned that. We however do see Lloyd's uncle. We do see Lloyd's uncle, who was mentioned in the beginning of Zero. We do see him. He's in Anchorville. Another great reason to live in Anchorville. But yeah, Renee's just the biggest mystery. He's just the biggest one. We don't know anything about him.
Yeah, he's mental.
But Renee will never have as much Riz as I do. Nope. Sorry, Renee.
Nope.
Time to get a haircut to get your Riz up.
Riz.
Woo! Oh, God. Can you visit Kilika's home, the Taito school? Yeah, isn't that a long lie?
Yeah, that's where they're all from. Yeah.
Yeah. You do go to Long Lie in Reen's Route 3. The last
because Rocksmith's new house, his house in Longlie, that's where the Taito school used to be.
Chris, I have something to tell you. You can tell me anything you want, Alex. You're banned. Get out. Okay.
He banned you from your own.
Bye, everybody. Have a good rest of your day. Take care. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh.
DB is in Longline, DB1. Yes, but also you go to Longline Horizons as well. It was it was nice to see Longline again. I think the only place do you go to Aracion in Daybreak 2?
No, you only ever see Aracion in Daybreak 1, would you?
Yeah,
so we might right too, you never know. That's why I was on about that the other day to someone. I said, you know, the one place that kind of got shafted in the Daybreak series was Aracion because we've only ever been there once. You know.
Yeah, exactly.
In the deathmatch scenes, yeah.
Ryuga died, and years later, Rocksmith bought the building. Yes, he did. He sure did. He bought it up. He's like, give me that real estate. It's free real estate. Bam, 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 boom.
Because at first I thought, like, say, what the hell is Zinn and Walter doing? It's like, it seems a bit random, but it kind of makes sense because they came back home, didn't they?
I think that was the first time Walter's been home. Yeah, they mentioned that. It was like, it's the first time I've come to visit.
Oh, yeah, because when he left, like you say, he joined the society, didn't he? Yeah.
Do we know something about Duvali's or Olympia's former homes? I don't think we know anything about Duvali, but Olympia, is there something I'm forgetting, DP? Do you know?
I can't remember, but I know, obviously, Olympia, she was one of the former Garden Masters, weren't she?
Yeah.
But I don't know if there's anything about her true home. I think, did that mention that she was an orphan or something at some point?
I think so.
I can't remember. So. Yeah, but I know that's the only thing I really know about her, because it's been a long time since I played Daybreak 1, but yeah.
What the heck? I was making noise outside, sorry. I have a question. When is DP going to become the real Divine Blade of... I don't know. What would you be a Divine Blade of? What would your title be?
I don't know. Oh, yeah.
Divine Blade of Squeaky Bum Time.
Exactly, yeah, the Divine Blade of Speedrunning.
The Divine Blade of Speed.
Yeah.
She was about to be sacrificed but started praying to Ishtanti and it awoke and killed all the other people. Isn't it because Itachi was a relic? Right?
Wasn't that doll that she possessed? You know, the doll that she has, Olympia. Is it not that?
I don't remember. I haven't. Jesus, I should have done that. I don't remember. It's been a while since I played Daybreak. Almost 2 years actually. Yeah. I have bad memory. I consume so much media. I just forget things. Yes, Itachi is her angel. Yes, just like how you're my angel.
Oh, hello. Is there a love interest there, Chris?
No, I don't know. I'm getting tired. I apologize. I shall head No, the card fell. Nash, don't look. Ren! She's fine. She's okay. Actually, she's kind of falling.
No.
Ren, no. It's okay. The cards are safe. They're not in sleeves, so don't freak out, Astrid. But don't worry, though. The Risha card is in a sleeve, just like you wanted. Out of all the cards nice, I have here... What's up?
Nice cards. Nice cards.
Thank you. I'm so happy I pulled that Kevin card today. That was very nice. Thank you for that. You picked a good pack.
Mm-hmm. Noise.
Alright, we gave head pats to the Ren Reaper. I hope you liked that. Reaper, I hope you've been enjoying the talks. I know you don't know anything about trails. And yet here you are as we speculate and talk about the latest game in the series.
It's like he's like, what's a van? What's Longren's chest?
Well, a van is a vehicle. A chest is something you put things in.
No shit.
Everything about these cards hurts my whole existence. This is what I think about that.
Oh god.
Ooh, I suffer with them. You'll be alright. They just stay on my desk and I look at them. Sometimes I'll go pick them up and be like, ooh, wow. Pretty Ellie card and pretty Estelle card.
Open the pack.
What, you want me to open a pack?
Open the pack, boy. Yeah.
You want me to open another pack? Should we end it? Should we end it with an opening another pack? I'll do that.
Yeah, let's go.
I'm here for the people. When I start playing Trails, it'll be a bonus. Let's go. All right, we're gonna do the pack. Open a pack or 20. I don't have 20 packs left. I only have 7 packs left. Sadly, this will be the last thing we do, and then we'll sign off probably. Are you fine with that, DP?
Sure.
All right, I'll let you choose again. Left or right side?
Left this time.
1, 2, 3, or 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh,
One.
you can't even. Let me actually stream so you can actually see it, so you're not delayed. So I don't react and you're like, what's happening?
No, it's okay, Chris. It's okay. I saw it. Just choose one. It's fine. Left one. Yeah.
Yeah, I got pack number 1.
Yeah, left one.
But I'm just gonna like stream to you so you see it.
Oh, sure, yeah.
Share my screen. Here we go. Alright, chat. Here we go. We're opening a pack of Trails cards, and then we're probably going to end the stream. How about some ritual before opening? Wait, what?
What?
I can tell Nashford is very typed out because he's making a lot of spelling mistakes. Alright, I got the pack. The first card is Campy Boy.
Oh.
Here he is, Campy Boy.
He's everywhere. Of course he is.
He's everywhere. Alright, chat, here we go. Campy Boy. Ren. Oh, it's a very Ouroboros pack. Oh, it really is Gilbert?
Oh,
holy crap.
Yo, Boy. What's going on?
A guy who's not supposed to be here?
Rion, yeah. The crew. I
have this card. Stop giving me dupes! Special support section. Ooh, I don't know if I have this one.
Triple S boys, open up.
Saint Ark Cathedral. Alright, chat. And our final card. Here we go. Are you ready? 3, 2, 1.
It's Walter.
Oh!
Oh, he's fucking oh,
yes!
No way. You said it earlier on that I would love a fucking Risha card. I think it was fake, Chris, to open another pack. That's incredible. What are the fucking odds? Was there a bonus pack rules of it as well?
Oh my god, DP, you're like my good luck charm. Oh my god, another Risha card. It's beautiful. This is both of the Risha cards in the set, right? There's only 2 in the set. If I remember correctly.
He was saying later on, I want a Rishika. That's crazy, man. That's mental.
Here's the real Divine Blade, guys. Here she is. The real Divine Blade.
What are the odds, bro? Wow.
Yeah! I got one of my favorites! Let's go! Dang, it doesn't. I can't. There's no sleeve for me. Now I'm really hoping that Kia card is in the box. I really want the Kia card.
Oh man, I can't believe that you got a Rishika.
That's 2 Risha cards, chat. 2 Risha cards. Look at them. Oh my god.
Did you get that one earlier on as well? Yeah.
008 is an event card with Risha's artwork. This one though is the real deal. It's so shiny. I'm very happy about it. Nice. Oh, you mean in the rain? Yeah, it is an event card with Risha in it, but it still has Risha in it. This is the actual Risha. Risha Mao. Cool. Yin. Right, oh, jeez. I'm going to stop that. Okay. Cool. I think that's a good place to end it. DP, thank you very much for setting up this little event. I really had a lot of fun. I hope you did too.
Yeah, no worries. It was great. Yeah, I'll do it again sometime.
Yes, please, because you mentioned you still had a lot of things you want to talk about, and I would love to talk about them with you.
Exactly, because I was a little less prepared this time, but next time I'll be more prepared because I'll make some notes. I didn't have a chance, you see, so I'll do that for next time.
Yeah, and maybe we can get like a third person in here too if you want. Maybe a third special guest. Who knows?
Sure, yeah, somebody else, that'd be good. Yeah, have another take on it. Maybe ask Crimson or Nashon or someone, yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah, of course. Hey, Chris, real quick, I met a new streamer and she just started Trails in the Sky. That is awesome! I'm very happy for you, but we're going to be rating somebody else. But send her a link for me, and I will give her a follow. I'm going to rate Judy because he's at the end of Cold Steel 2, and I really want to see him beat the game.
Oh, cool. Oh, Cold Steel 2. Oh, man, that sends me back a lot.
Yeah, okay, send me 2, please. No, Crimson, put her link, though, in the chat. I will give her a follow, like, right now. I am giving you permission to do it. You have my permission to post her Twitch link in my chat. And I promise I will check her out. Keves Kayla. Have I heard of her? I don't think so. Oh, she's playing the OG Trails. Ooh.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, no. She has 677 followers. I'll be 678.
Oh god. 6 and 7.
I gave her a follow.
Cool.
There we go. Anyone wants to check her out? There you go. Perfect. All right. Well, let's go send our raid over to Judy. He's playing Cold Steel 2, so I don't really have to say if you don't want spoilers, don't watch the game. Obviously, if you're here, you know about spoilers of Trails. So let's give him a raid. Any last words you want to say to the lovely people in the chat before we go, DP?
No, just it was a great pleasure talking to you guys, and we'll do it again sometime. Take care.
Absolutely. Yeah, everyone take care. Have a good rest of your day. Judy's on break. Oh, no, he's not on break. No, he's not on break. Oh, he's still playing as Lloyd. Let's go. Yes. Yes, I get to watch Lloyd gameplay. I'm so happy.
Always in post game. Nice.
Yeah, he just beat Crow, and he probably saw the Crow death. I wonder. It always makes me wonder if he's like, because he never played Cold Steel 2 before, and obviously there's been spoilers around of Horizons, so it makes me think if he knows if Crow comes back to life or not.
Oh, for real? Yeah.
But anyway, everybody have a fantastic rest of your night. Take care, and I'll be back on Saturday for Trails in the Sky SCN Nightmare. So look forward to that. And then obviously next week we'll continue Tokyo Xanadu Chapter 6, which is very fun. Take care, everybody! Thank you for being here. It was very fun. Take care!